of that, unfortunately, I won't be here live tomorrow. I mean, you know, if I had known how everything was going to go, I probably would have scheduled differently, but it is what it is. However, as I'm sitting there, right, and I'm getting my everything in order, and I don't normally stress out about flights beforehand. It's not a stressor, you know? But things are changing on these airplanes, man. There's all new things that I have to worry about. And sometimes, and this is the danger, I think, of viral videos, that they may start making you paranoid. Like, Travis, I'm sure you're not less afraid of bees since it became such a hot topic on Instagram and Jim was sending you all those bee videos. You're probably more afraid of bees.
I was going to say, the correct answer would be much more.
Right, because you see the damage that can be done.
Yeah.
You see what happens when they start to swarm together.
See, they're everywhere.
Right, heights too. I go, you know, I don't know why I'm so afraid of heights. And then I watch these heights videos of these, like, Russians that are climbing thin poles. And I go, oh, no, I have every reason to be afraid of heights. That's terrifying. What's going on?
No, winter is my safe months.
Because the bees are dead.
Because the bees are dead.
Right.
Or somewhere else.
They're hanging out in their hives.
Yep.
Waiting.
If there are any bees in my walls, they're dead.
They're dead.
Yep.
But they're in their hives and they're planning.
You think they're planning?
100%. They're planning terror attacks. That's what they do all winter. They make honey and they go, yeah, we're going to make this honey. And the humans are going to love the honey. However, what they're going to hate is how we terrorize them every month that's warm. We're not going out in the cold. We're going to stay right here during the cold. They're very smart species. We're going to stay right here during the cold, but once it gets warm and the Joro spiders come out, which they warn us about the Joro spiders every summer, and the Joro spiders never come.
Are they the ones they're supposed to just drop from the sky and get in your face?
They're the parachute. They're the massive. They go, don't worry, they're harmless. They won't hurt you, except they're huge, like they're the size of your palm, and they parachute down. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like the Allies dropping over Normandy.
That's right. That's right.
Been promising that for a while.
It's going to be propaganda pamphlets.
That's right. We're on our way.
They're coming. The lanternflies came. They warned us about that.
No, they did. They did. And now,
I feel like we fucked those bitches up, though.
Well, I tell you, I feel good about. I feel like I'm raising good American children because every summer we find the spots that the spotted lanternflies like to hang out, and I mean, my kids go to town on them. They go to town on them. I mean, just murdering them by the dozen.
It's like whacking day,
right? Right, but still, I mean,
but it is nice to be like, hey, listen. You want to kill some bugs, we are supposed to kill them.
You're allowed. These are the ones you're supposed to kill. Yeah. It's actually better for the earth if you kill these. I mean, it makes no difference whatsoever.
I don't know. I kind of felt like I saw less of them last year than I did the year before.
I saw trees that I thought were brown, and I realized it was because they were covered head to toe, root to top, in spotted lanternflies. It looks like...
That must be a Westchester
Maybe
thing.
It's a Westchester thing. Westchester looks like Australia after frogs were introduced. Okay. They're just frogs? Everywhere. What were they called?
I call them Chaswazzers.
Chaswazzers. Yeah.
All right. Maybe they figured out that Staten Island,
there's just nothing there to get anyway.
No, I was going to say, we made sure to let them know that they're not welcome.
Well, they're not disgusting garbage bugs, so there's nothing to cling on to in Staten Island. They like a natural life,
Oh,
okay. Right.
Where
Paradise.
COVID started.
Well, yeah, we did COVID too. Yeah, and by the way, interesting new theories about the origin of COVID. Huh? Well, we'll get there.
Don't tell Colbert.
No.
Anyway,
well, we did. We told him. He knew. But so the new viral video that I'm worried about is how this plane ride for me could easily become a plane ride from hell. This video, I mean, it's 7 seconds, but it's enough. You just look at this video and all you see, it's somebody sitting in coach. We're all crammed back there together in coach, and it's spanning the entire plane, and all you see, men, women, children, and we'll tweet this video out. What is it? Sam Roberts SXM is the
That's right.
tag. Men, women, and children, all sitting in their seats, all with their noses covered by their shirts, which, I mean, this is third grade stuff. This is not the way as an adult you'd think, oh, I'm traveling through the air. This is how I should be traveling. You would never think, but And then you listen, and you hear the desperation, and you hear the voices, and you hear, this is war footage. You hear what's going on and what these people are going through. And I think when you get the audio, you'll get a sense of what a hard time they're all having.
Whoever is farting, don't fart, please.
I mean, the desperation. The pure...
Like, who's going to say something? I have to say something.
Yeah.
I get it.
The pure and utter desperation in that man's voice, because normally you hear these airplane videos and somebody's losing their shit, somebody's going crazy, somebody's yelling, somebody's screaming, whoever's back there is not real. You know, it's something about airplane travel brings out the absolute worst in everybody. Like, if you've got an ounce of crazy in you, there is nothing like an airline to bring it out. But I feel like here, the farting problem going on whatever plane this was has gotten so bad that this gentleman is like, I can't even...
He had to speak for the people.
He's not only do you have to speak for the people, but it's like, I'm not even mad anymore. I'm sad. The things that we're going through as a community, I can't deal with it anymore. He's just saying, stop farting.
He's like the guy who said, let's roll on Flight 93.
Right.
Someone's got to step up.
Someone has to. And he's saying it's not even like, this one's not a personal attack.
No, I don't care who it is.
This is not like, hey, this is inappropriate. I'm not judging you. I'm telling you, it smells bad. Please stop farting, whoever it is. I don't care who it is, because it smells bad. A
lot of the comments I did read are reverting to the age-old rule.
Oh, wow. Okay. This is huge.
I didn't see that one coming.
Oh, man.
That makes sense.
And that's another reason why it's sometimes so difficult to speak up, because there is, and in my experience on this planet, 9 times out of 10, it's proven to be accurate that whoever smelt it did indeed dealt it.
That is the rule they're bringing up.
And the fact that nobody's saying a word, but this guy is looking around realizing he may not be the community leader we think he is. He may be trying to throw people, for lack of a better term, off the scent.
Oh, this is like the mole.
Yes, it is. This is Anderson Cooper. Should host a new game show, reality game show called Who Farted on the Plane. Well, let's listen to his voice again. Now I want to hear, do you sense lies or desperation?
Whoever is farting, don't fart, please.
It's a good reason.
Yeah, no, his logic is there.
It's a good, but it may,
and I do like how okay, if we're gonna break this down, I do like that he at the end,
right,
gave a reason.
Well, it's because it smells bad.
Yeah.
It's not the sound. It's not because we think you're a bad guy. It's not, hey, you ate something wrong. It's not, we're sick of you. It just smells bad. We don't dislike you as a person. It just smells bad, and we're all dealing with it.
Like, he was like, well, if I say whoever's farting, please stop farting, they might say why.
Right, and I'll tell you why. It smells bad, and we're all dealing with it. That's why our shirts are above our noses.
Everyone's.
Okay, but it's the politest way I've ever heard anybody say, whoever it is, knock that shit off right now. Cut it out. And that does lend to the belief that this could be a smelt it, dealt it scenario. Because he may be trying to, under the guise of just trying to get somebody to stop farting, he may be trying to quell angers. You see the way he calms the situation?
Like, listen.
Right? He's like,
okay.
Hey guys, we're all dealing with this. Like, just whoever it is.
We're in this together.
Not me, by the way. Not me. That was not me. But whoever it is.
Not me.
Not me. Please stop. Only because it smells bad. I'm sure you're still a good person.
You're probably really cool.
You're probably cool. And by the way, not a smelt it, dealt it scenario. And also, the rest of you look just as guilty because I've heard whoever denied it supplied it. So if we want to play that game,
back with that.
We can play that game too. Because, and I'll say this for the record, doorknob. Okay? I'm going to throw a safety on this one, just in case. Wouldn't it be great at the end of that if he said, also, safety?
Would you like it if at the end of that clip you just heard off in the distance, doorknob?
You see that Indian guy? You just hear a click of the seatbelt. And he jumps out of his seat, racing for a doorknob. We knew it was you. We knew it was you.
Only a guilty man.
No. I just ran for the doorknob just thinking, no.
Instinct.
We knew it was you, and we're each getting 2 free hits, regardless of you hit that doorknob or not. It's a plane. Damn it. What are you doing?
It's international law.
Yeah. This is, Doorknob rules apply only to our feet being on the ground, and we're in the skies right now. Is there an air marshal on here? The air marshal says, doorknob rules don't apply.
Doorknob, yeah.
By the way, that's a handle. Find a doorknob on a plane. I dare. It's all handles. It's all handles.
I hope this is normalizing saying something when people are farting, because that is so disgusting to deal with.
You've dealt with it?
Many times.
Yeah.
I mean, just literally like 2 days ago, I was in yoga and somebody kept farting in there. And you obviously can't say anything, but it's so rude to just keep farting.
But what are you going to do?
Yeah,
Go leave the yoga room and go take a shit.
Okay, that's
but you don't always, no, farts don't always mean you have to go to the bathroom.
Well, go in the bathroom and open your butt and let all the air come out.
I don't know if that's exactly how it works. I don't think it all gets compacted right at the very front. And
You're
then,
not a doctor, though.
I'm not a doctor. For the record, I am not. And by the way, this is not medical advice. I got to say that legally. This is not medical advice. But as a human who's lived a life, I don't think you could just open your butt and all the farts come out.
Sometimes you go sit on the toilet and let it come out.
That's bad advice.
And if you have a turd, let the
But
turd
if you're
come
in
out.
yoga, it's not a turd situation.
You can absolutely excuse yourself.
But
Nobody's holding a gun to your head to stay in the room.
That's true.
No, I know that. But it's gas. It doesn't mean you have to go to the bathroom.
But does that mean that you have to let everybody in the yoga studio have to deal with your gas?
But isn't that
Maybe
part
you're just so relaxed.
But that's isn't
yoga.
yoga like not only are you relaxed, but you're clenching the abdomen area, you're folding it over. Sometimes you don't have warning. It's not like you're sitting there knowing this is coming. Sometimes
you get a waft of bad air. I get it, but when it's just repeated farts,
you're saying it's not the farting once is one thing, but over and over and over again.
Yeah,
because then it takes you out of your peaceful Zen state.
I'm just livid. I'm frothing in anger in yoga, and that's not supposed to happen.
Well, the whole reason you're at yoga is not to be frothing.
Exactly.
So then maybe take a cue from this guy. Be the next one that stands up.
Yeah, but you know what? If you did that in yoga class, you'd hear me in the front row going, "We knew it was you. We know that was you."
I mean, all it takes is one guy to start the resistance, and then other people stand up.
That's why this guy's a hero.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Now you be like, you know what? I am also the hero.
Well,
and do it in an Indian accent if it'll make you feel better.
But you're saying this is like a French Revolution, like
yeah.
Except the French Revolution was followed by a reign of terror. And I feel like Troy would be that guy who'd be like, now no one may fart ever. And it's like, this isn't what we wanted. This isn't what the revolution was all about.
You think he would instill a fascist dictatorship
That's what
in
happened.
the yoga studio?
People don't realize it. They start these political revolutions and
For
they don't.
good.
They think it's for good, but sometimes the devil you know is a lot better than the devil you don't. Yeah. And like, these people, like the absolute power corrupts absolutely. Okay. And this is what they were talking about when they said that. Mainly farts. Like, if you all of a sudden, I would tell you 100%, if all of a sudden somebody like Troy had all that power where this worked, and now we have set the laws on gas or whatever it was, he would be a monster to deal with. Yeah. He would just come up with more laws now that he had this power. I mean, Mike, you're a history buff.
The sans culottes were not kind to the overly flatulent.
You see what I'm saying?
They were the first ones to the guillotine.
Exactly.
Marie Antoinette used to rip ass like crazy.
Right, and she said, well, let them eat my burps then.
Because of all the cake.
yeah, because of the cake. It was ice cream cake. Because now you also worry about sometimes, excreting gas is a human thing.
Yeah.
There's nothing, like, it is as part of the human experience.
That's why I think Troy's being a little aggressive.
I do too. You have a body. Like, part of me, the more I thought about this video, the more I was like, well, like,
no.
What if it ends up being me on the plane? Like, you don't control.
It's not acceptable. Then you go to you excuse yourself. And go,
what if the restrooms are in use?
Oh,
then
there's only two sometimes.
You stand in the aisle and wait till it's open.
You can't hold in farts like that. It's bad for you.
It is so beyond rude to keep farting around other people. It's just a rudeness and a selfishness that you just can't believe that anybody would have. And I get a little fart has to come out. Sometimes it happens.
Don't you go to yoga with no underwear on?
Okay, what yoga catches farts?
No, I'm just saying that that's also rude to have you in yoga shorts with no underwear on.
Nobody sees my genitalia.
So says you.
Nobody sees it.
Okay.
And everything needs to breathe and move.
Well, you probably got a lot of odor coming off of you. You don't understand
That's
or
not true.
realize.
I wash my clothes regularly and I shower regularly.
Good. All right, good.
And if I have to fart, I'll go excuse myself.
You will? What if it's multiple times and you just keep having to excuse yourself?
If it's a one little thing, you just let the little poot out and then you go about your day. But if it's a continuing farting scenario, it's like those
are the worst scenarios.
And I get it happens. I understand it. I have gas a lot.
You do?
Sure. I love to fart. But I
doesn't sound like it.
No.
But I don't want to be rude to people around me.
I don't know. You come in here with diarrhea of the mouth all the time.
That's a good point.
I don't know if I buy that. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, see, you got people like Troy, who I believe wouldn't have handled this well. And if I were to get on a plane and look, I had a bad day or whatever, I couldn't control maybe my gut health wasn't where I wanted it to be. Maybe I didn't have my probiotics, or maybe I had too many probiotics. All of a sudden, I'm getting people like Troy furious at me. And I don't mean for that to happen, but it is what it is.
And Troy's acting like everybody that does it is like so intentional.
That's what it is.
You can keep your sphincter closed and not let the farts out.
For hours?
To go to the bathroom and let the farts out in there.
But sometimes it's not just like I have them all at once. Sometimes it's a recurring problem. You mean like every 5 minutes to get up and go to the bathroom? That's insane.
People think you're a terrorist.
They would think that. They go like, what's he doing in there?
Well, there's a little like prep.
And then you would have to explain yourself to a flight attendant.
Wait. What's the prep?
There's prep that goes into before you go flying.
Go ahead.
You're flying today, right?
Yes.
All right, what are you doing? What the heck? That just went on its own.
Well, I want to hear it again.
So, obviously I don't drink a lot of water before I get on the flight.
What do you mean, obviously? People say you're supposed to hydrate when you get on flights.
Well, I don't fill it to the point where I'm going to have to be pissing 50 times. I understand that you're going to have to go up in the air, and it's going to be a while before you can take a leak. So
it's like 15 minutes.
So when they start, like, okay, we're going to start the pre-boarding, it's like, okay, I got to go to the bathroom. So I go to the bathroom, I pee.
Wait, you pee during pre-boarding, and then also still you're worried that by the time you are like taken off, like that will be too long before you have to go to the bathroom again?
Yes. Look, let's not act like people that we know don't have issues with bathroom problems.
Right.
So I have to make sure my bladder is empty.
Right.
If I have to poo, I'll go poo.
Okay, I have a question.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sorry. Okay, like I don't want to like.
We have a new intern. Her name's Danielle.
Hey guys, it's going to be a crazy first impression. I'm sure I don't want you to hate me, but
No,
I
please.
have done that. I do Pilates classes, and I have constipation issues.
Come on,
and
dude.
when I need to do it, so my question to you is like, are you okay with crop dusting?
Crop dusting is funny when it's like your friends, you're doing it with your friend.
Yeah.
But it's like,
But I think she's saying that, like, I think Danielle is like, listen, she's got gut issues, all right? And you're being prejudiced against that,
No, I'm not
which
being
sucks
prejudiced.
for her, honestly.
And I'm sorry to hear about your gut issues.
It's okay. It's a new thing.
And I think you're saying, like, if you crop dust, then at least it's not all concentrated in one area.
Yeah.
So
And
you're
you can
walking
kinda
around
spread
the
it.
Yeah,
Pilates
like in
studio
the mall.
farting?
Okay,
Oh,
well
no.
now I'm not doing Pilates, but the crop dusting
They kicked her out.
typically is when you fart and then move away, so no
Yeah,
one
that's
knows that
fine.
it could be you.
Yeah, that's fine.
So crop dusting, good.
I mean, it's, when you get a whiff, it's like, ugh.
Yes.
But when you have to sit next to somebody and they're repeatedly farting,
But
Yeah, well, I
Danielle,
only
when you
usually
crop
do it.
dust, though,
Yeah.
would you ever consider, like, is it venomous ever?
I was going to ask, is it a malicious...
Where you would crop dust, right, and go like, oh, another one's coming. Let me go back to the exact same place.
Oh,
and crop dust those motherfuckers
Yeah,
again.
it really depends. Like I check my surroundings.
Right.
And this is crazy, but like when it's constipation, it's a certain smell sometimes, and it's the silent but deadly kind of thing. So you know it's going to be bad, but you walk.
I understand we're all human.
Can
it
you-
happens.
But can
Troy,
you
you're
imagine,
already
Troy,
just-
you'd throw a fit. You'd throw a little hissy fit and talk about how impolite, and then somebody as
I'm so sorry.
unassuming as Danielle would be like, I'm so sorry, that was me. You'd feel like a shithead.
If she apologized, she's like, listen,
senior
I'm
citizen
having
hissy
a
fit.
problem. I'm having a problem with my guts. I'm so sorry.
But that's not for her to have to explain to.
That's
to
a hit.
someone
That's-
like
you know what that
you.
is?
If she's
You know what
on
that
an
is?
airplane and putting her odor out
Yeah,
there,
Then-
that's different.
Then apparently you get to violate her HIPAA rights. Is that right? No. You get her medical history. She's got to explain herself to you.
she's violating my nostril
Yeah,
rights.
no, it's true. You have to assess the capacity. You know what I mean? I would never do it on a plane, but in a
What if you can help it?
Well, then
Danielle, is it unreasonable to say, excuse yourself?
no, yeah, no, that I understand that, and I do understand if you can go to the bathroom, but sometimes you're right, you can't go because you wait and wait and wait, and when a fart finally comes, you have to let it out.
Yeah.
And
because constipation just backs up and backs
everybody
up.
knows that you can go, you have control of your sphincter. So you can go.
Not that kind of control.
You can let a little air out and then let it clear. Let a little air out.
You
let it
talk
clear.
all the time about how you have no control over it.
He
anymore.
does. He does the butt kegels. Troy does.
I
You know,
have a pretty tight sphincter.
you do. Do you exercise it?
I do yoga. It tightens
Yeah.
everything up.
Oh, I don't know. I don't do yoga, so I didn't know.
Yeah.
But I don't have that kind of control. I don't have that kind of confidence to go like, no. I have full control.
You can't just let a little air out and then close it again, and then let a little air out and close it again. Like it has to be all the air that's built up in there. It has to all come out at once.
Well, I
It
don't
doesn't
know.
make any sense.
It's not
No,
predictable.
no.
It's not predictable, is it?
It's not.
And sometimes you're like, oh, I'll just let a little out, and nobody will notice, and it makes a huge sound.
Yeah.
That's very embarrassing.
Well, I mean, for me, I've kind of mastered manipulating it so that there's no sound.
See,
That's amazing.
And yeah, and if I'm really not sure, then I'll really have to hold it in. But yeah, so for these Pilates, Zumba classes that I do, I just make sure that if people smell it, there's no way to know that it was me. So I feel bad. I do.
But you understand it's rude.
I do.
If you continuously
I really
fart
do.
the
No,
entire
I do.
Pilates class.
Yes, no. It's usually just one or two.
And people
but
are
I've totally
heavy
done
breathing
this.
to get their exercise in, and they have to breathe in your fart dust.
Yeah. Well, usually it goes away.
It does,
It's
but
You know?
more of a gas than a dust.
well, if you crop dust.
No, I get what you're saying.
It's just the term.
Yeah, it's not actually dust.
It's not
I mean,
stating what
Well,
physically sound.
There's actual fecal particles.
I mean, they're not visible.
No, but it's still particles.
Okay.
And that's going into your nose. It's going into your body. You have to breathe in other people's fecal dust,
It's not dust.
fecal gas, whatever you want to call it.
Didn't somebody send an envelope full of that to the White House after 9/11?
They did. Yeah. Yeah. So when people realize, like, when you realize that people have realized, Danielle, but you said you've mastered the craft so that they can't tell it's you.
Yes.
Do you then start making faces like, oh, I know who did that?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, like I said, you read the room beforehand. So, like, also with workout classes, there's always bad smells at,
Sure.
at any given time. There's already
Sure.
sweat, there's already feet, there's already whatever. And for those classes, sometimes people are so focused on picking up the Zumba moves that it's like their brain can't even process that bad smell over there, and then it's gone.
Because they're concentrating so much
Yes.
on the Zumba moves.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I get that. So you're more of a denied it, supplied it person.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, okay.
Yeah. I have siblings, you know what I mean? I deny everything.
Good. That's smart. As long as, because there are other people around. Can you prove it was me? Because if you can't,
No.
it wasn't.
And so far, no one has ever brought it up. So,
Smart.
yeah.
Smart. Well, I'm glad you shared that with us.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I really was like, wait, but he's talking about me. Like, I needed to give that.
Well, how does it feel to know that, like, this is how mad people get?
I
Like, he's
figured.
furious.
No, I get it. I
Yeah.
really do. But it's also like when you sit with constipation issues, that's an anger that I've never experienced anywhere else.
Because the physical pain, the discomfort?
Yeah, and just like going days and days with nothing. And then if you don't fart, the gas backs up, and then you have even less of a chance of sitting on the toilet with success.
And this is a new thing? This is a new sensation?
like in the last year or so.
That sucks.
It was never my issue. Yeah.
And all of a
Nothing
sudden,
worked.
you just have to deal with it.
Yep. So yeah, it's sorry guys. You know,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm sorry you have to deal with this for like 5 minutes. Like,
or not even maybe
Right.
10 seconds.
right. Understand what I'm dealing with on a day-to-day basis.
Yep.
Sometimes it's not just 5 minutes. Sometimes it's an extended period of time.
She's
You're on
dealing
an-
with constipation.
I'm just saying on an airplane, you're
Yes,
dealing with
no,
something-
and I would never do that. I would never do it on a plane or a moving vehicle like
or a
the
movie
car.
theater is terrible.
Oh.
Now you're just naming places.
Places you have to be
Wait.
sitting next to strangers for an
No,
extended
but the
period
thing
of time.
about the movie is the seats. If you're going to the right one and the seats are cushioned enough, sometimes the cushion traps.
Just absorbs.
Yes.
And what's really good about it is the lights are out,
Yeah,
so
that's
nobody can see who did it.
Yeah, blanket helps.
Right.
Stays under the blanket, really.
Right, like
Don't lift the blanket.
So you'll bring a blanket, and people go, "Is that for comfort?" And you're like, "It's more of a Dutch oven scenario."
Precisely. Never
Unless
said
you're
it.
at an Alamo and they can write down, "Hey, can someone please stop farting?" and then hit the light.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You can't go to an Alamo because somebody's gonna put up a card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Like Troy.
AMC is probably your spot.
Yeah.
Mike in Michigan.
Yeah, hey Sam, what's up?
What's up, Mike?
Hey, well, first off, congrats to Danielle, your new co-host there.
Thank you.
I mean, this audition is going very, very well for her. I'm going to be 100% honest.
Also, real quick, before I got to defend Troy, but before, big old Libby from Portland that called in yesterday.
Yeah.
She talked about, loving everybody. She forgot to mention, if anybody's not doing anything on a Friday night, you need to check out a certain show called Stack Tap Live on YouTube. I highly recommend it.
By the way, I would recommend it as well. And by the way, like, big old Libby.
Talk about big fat Libby.
I'm talking about heavyset Libby, yeah. She called in yesterday with this, like, oh, Jim Norton said this, Jim Norton said that. I went back and listened to it. It was so grossly out of context and misinformed and panic-stricken. I was furious when I listened to it. I said, this is nothing like what she described on the air yesterday. Nothing like it.
Do you think someone misinterpreted it because they were drunk?
Is she a drinker?
Sounds like it.
Is that why she got so heavy?
Yeah, it's empty calories.
Oh, I guess so. All right, Mike, you wanted to
Could
defend...
be on heroin in Portland.
I guess. I mean, geographically speaking, it is possible. I don't know how many people get fat on heroin. But Mike, you wanted to defend Troy.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, man. Dude, the animals on airplanes these days, especially, holy shit. I remember when I was in the
Sorry,
military
Danielle.
flying from, I think it was from Italy back to the States, and oh my God, farting is one thing, but next to people that don't use deodorant, oh my God, it was, and then this dude kept getting up all the time to get in the overhead and was wearing a tank top. And just, you want to talk about crop dusting? Oh, it was fucking horrendous.
He's wearing a tank
But
top
yeah,
on a plane?
Yeah, it just,
Oh.
God. And then big, unshaved, hairy fucking European armpits. It was disgusting, man. But people need to...
Men in America
farting.
also don't shave their armpits, generally speaking.
From time to time, they do,
sometimes
Sam.
you don't know, shit.
Jersey Shore summer's not far off.
Well, thank you, Mike. Mike from Michigan. Yeah, I guess you're right. If you're a gentleman who's shaving armpits, you better have a physique to show off. You know?
Confirmed.
Yes, okay. I'm okay with it then. Kramer in Pittsburgh.
Hey guys, I just want to say a couple things, a couple comments and a question for Troy.
Yeah.
First thing is, I love Troy's his comment, Fart Dust. That's my new band name now.
Fart dust.
It was going to be Farts and Coveralls, but I like Fart Dust a lot better. And this is way better than the Hollywood talk. This Fartgate's amazing. Fartgate's absolutely amazing. Now, my question
Is this Kramer or Jim
for
McClure?
Troy, I'm sorry. My question for Troy is, how does he feel about concert farting as in a mosh pit? Is that legal, or what do you do in a mosh pit? Because you know you're not shitting in a bathroom at a concert.
Troy, you've been to many concerts. What do you do in a mosh pit?
Well, the concerts I usually attend to, they're metal, hardcore, so there's a lot of fat people, so there's a lot of poor diets, so farts kind of go with it.
You're right.
As well as BO, people smell bad, people reek of beer.
Mm-hmm. But
So-
if you're in a mosh pit,
And you don't
it's
want to
like-
lose your spot.
That's right.
It's a sport.
Sport.
And it just kind of goes with the territory. So unfortunately, yes, at some concerts, sometimes you have to smell flatulence, you have to smell BO. It goes with the experience.
All right, I'm all set.
Okay, good, Kramer. Good. I'm glad another satisfied customer. Yeah, I mean, I think that to complain about odors in a mosh pit is a little much. It's just a bunch of dudes slamming into each other. If you're like, man, I really enjoyed my time in the mosh pit, but I don't know, some of those guys kind of stank. I think you're missing the point. You shave your pits before the summer, Mike?
Oh yeah,
Good for
even
you.
off season too.
You do.
If it starts getting out of, I don't like armpit hair is fucking weird.
Yeah.
Just this wiry tuft hanging out between your arms. No thanks.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. Plus, like, you can pull off tank tops.
Yeah, I've been lifting in a hoodie though, leaving the pump cover on all winter.
I love that. I love that because then when you pop that hoodie off, people are going to be like, "That's what you were up to."
Nice
huh?
big reveal. Yeah,
That's what you were up to.
Sam, when are you going to do that?
Oh no, I'm wearing hoodies all summer long. The reveal's coming, but it's going to be years. Jimmy in Staten Island.
Good morning, boys.
Morning.
Listen, I'm in the car business, right?
Oh.
So I got this guy that didn't even buy the car from us. Wanted to use the charging station. Now we have to activate it with like a card. So like the first time I felt bad for him, but he stunk. Second time he comes in, it was even worse. Finally, he's like making a habit. I said, buddy, I said, you got 1,000 free hours on your app on your phone, and soap is not the enemy. Water is your friend. Take a fucking shower, you stinky motherfucker.
Right.
It was you were a dick. It was like horrible. Horrible.
I don't know.
Motherfucker.
He's just a guy who didn't shower. I don't know.
Jimmy sells cars.
So you're in the. Yeah, are you selling? What
and a guy just kept coming in
to use a charger?
The guy just kept coming in. He didn't even get it from us. He goes, "Could I use your charge station, please? Could I use charge station?"
Oh, for his car.
Yeah, right. For his car, yeah. The charging station. Okay. Because he's Uber, Chucker. So fucking, he ain't getting fucking 5 stars with that stench.
That's
that
right.
Motherfucker.
I will go in.
Horrible.
Jimmy, thank you very much. You confused a lot of people. But I will try to draw from that it is weird that you get into Ubers and the car stinks. And it's like, I would think that the Uber driver dealing with a passenger who stinks is enough of a problem. But the idea that you're in your car all day picking up strangers and you smell, it's like, this is just bad for business. This makes no sense. I always, it weirds me out.
Bottles? The Uber guys are always pissing in bottles.
Bro, when we were in Chicago, I think I've told this story before, but I'll never forget. And I did not tell anybody when it happened because it was too like, it's not that I didn't want anybody to talk about it. It's that I didn't want it to be reality. You know, you ever do something and you're like, this definitely just happened, but I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt and pretend it didn't happen and move on with my life.
Yes.
Right. So I did that in Chicago because a bunch of us got in, and I don't know, it might have been you guys. We got into this guy's cab and we were moving quickly, right? The guy was almost like, I'm not going to get this many of you guys in my cab. It was like, fine, shove 4 in the back. I'm going to jump in the front seat. No problem. I jump in the front seat. He's like, I don't know. And I just opened the door and I started moving the stuff off his front seat, you know, because we were doing our thing. And I was like, oh, you got your drink here. Let me move. I picked up his drink. This bottle was the warmest bottle. And I just put it on the floor and he didn't say anything and I didn't say anything. And I was just like, well, the heat's in the car. It's probably just water. It's just a very hot bottle of water. Anyway, let's put that out of my head. Anyway, that ain't piss. I mean, in hindsight, there's nothing it could have been other than his piss bottle. And I picked it up and moved it onto the floor. And it was the worst thing I've ever done. So bad.
Because you're not expecting that.
No. And it was like a
And you should not have to expect that.
No.
You should never walk into or get into an Uber and be like, I might be touching a piss bottle.
There's a good chance. Because who keeps the piss bottle on the passenger side seat? And it was a full piss bottle.
I mean, I can understand keeping it up front because, you know, most rides, nobody's riding up front.
I know littering is bad. But if you got a full piss bottle, maybe that's something you litter with. Maybe leave it on the side of the road, you know?
Or dump it out.
Dump it, something. Don't travel with it.
Every day I'm riding in here, I'm on the bike lane, and there's cars that park on the right of the bike lane, and there's constant piss. I mean, just all the way up 6th Avenue, there's just piss all over, like where these cars are parked. Everybody's dumping out their piss bottles.
Right.
I got to ride through it.
Wouldn't it be great if one day somebody just dumps their piss bottle right on Troy as he's riding by?
Splash.
Well, they dump it out.
Like, I thought the farting was rude.
I'm covered in piss.
I'm covered in urine.
That would be like my karma now.
Yeah, you get piss all over.
Troy, would you be mad?
Yes. I don't want somebody else's piss.
Yeah. You can just say any piss. I mean,
yeah, you wouldn't want to piss all over yourself either, right?
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, I have.
Oh, all right.
I mean,
And it's fine when it's your pit. It's your
I don't know. Okay, so your argument is you should be able to control your farts so much that you fart in the bathroom, but I've often pissed all over myself.
by accident. I mean, it's
So you can control your farts, but not your piss.
I've said this many times, TCM. I feel like I have a wonky prostate. I'm doing the best I can with it.
the best I can.
You know what I mean? Like sometimes you think you're done and you put it away and it's like, nope, there's more dribbling.
And it's not just a dribble either, is it? Sometimes it's a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not my fault.
Well, it's not Danielle's fault, and you're still...
Yeah.
Okay, but if I was in Pilates class and I was pissing all over her mat or whatever she's working on, it'd be like, hey, man, your problem is now affecting me.
Right. Would you be angry about that?
Well,
Danielle?
yeah, because that requires cleanup.
Right.
And it interrupts, so that's a little different level, I'd say.
Right.
And there's a
criminal, I believe.
Yeah.
But if you
Right.
pissed your pants in Pilates, which is possible, you'd smell like urine. And then
No, I drink a lot of water, so I flush out my system.
Not before you get on a plane.
But like what I'll do, like if I've gone to yoga and like,
So you're saying you're hydrated enough that you can piss your pants and it's not anybody else's problem but your own?
yeah,
Okay.
no, like I've gone to yoga and been like, I have to go pee quick, and then I've like, put it away quick, and there's a little dribbling on my shorts.
Okay.
But it's just like it's fine. It is what it is. It doesn't offend anybody in the class. Nobody even knows.
I'll bet they're offended.
Nobody's offended.
They see the piss stains.
Who's looking at my penis in yoga?
I don't know. I'm not in the class.
Exactly.
You're making a lot of assumptions.
Yeah, you really are. We just all live in Troy's world. He really is. He's convinced he's the center of the universe and everything just orbits around him.
No.
Fart when I say it's okay. I can piss all over my pants if I want to.
Nobody cares. They think
Yeah.
it's awesome.
I mean, and he acts like these are the rules of society, and they're just not.
No.
There are rules of society with farting.
They're not going to the bathroom every 30 seconds. That's not a rule of society. Especially when you got constipation problems.
Yeah. If I could leave the class and know that I was going to be able to shit, I would. But it's like if I don't take that fart, that it's not going to happen.
Okay,
you
so
know,
you have to punish everybody in the Pilates class.
Oh my God.
maybe just the three
Try.
people closest to me.
Right.
Oh, so aggressive.
And if you had to do, you're in the zone doing Pilates, and somebody next to you is just ripping farts. Like,
Well,
you're
it's
gonna
usually
have
one.
to-
No, I usually limit it to like if it's an hour class, like maybe 3 max.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
You didn't say there was a limit to the farting.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not like constantly
animal.
because they're not coming. No, of course not. They're not coming that often. I wish, but they're not.
See, okay, I can go with it.
That's the whole problem.
This isn't a Mad Max situation.
Right.
If somebody's like, I'm sick, I only let out 3 farts. I'd be like, okay, I get it.
Well, I think there's a lot of confusion these days about the rules of society and what's polite and what's impolite. I see, Lyft is not even picking up passengers anymore. In these terrible scenarios. Lyft is just sitting there going like, it's okay to just pick and choose who you want to pick up. And I don't think that's fair at all.
Well,
Is that what they're doing?
there was a concern.
Poor Dank DeMoss, is that her name?
Yes.
Lovely Dank DeMoss. She's well, I don't know if the first part's, she's a female rapper. Okay, I guess in the context of this story, it is
Yeah.
important. She weighs 489 pounds.
That's weird because I saw a different number.
Did it start with a 6?
No, it started with a 5.
Oh,
Oh, I thought it was 600 pounds.
No. Did you see 6?
I saw 6.
boy. I mean,
What did you see?
I saw. Hang on, let me check my email I sent last night.
Right. It's unclear. So it's 489 pounds on the low end.
It's at minimum 489.
It's at least 489.
I saw 554,
Okay.
but that was the Daily Mail, so that might be stones.
554 stone. That's right. And you would say stone, I
Stone,
believe.
I'm
Yes.
sorry.
Yes.
So cultured.
Well, she's I guess she's suing Lyft because her driver came to pick her up, and the driver said, "Well, you can't get in this car because you won't fit, and also you might fuck it up because
might pop the tires.
yeah, like the axles
Burst
might
my
break."
tires.
Burst my tires.
Did he say burst my tires?
Yes.
I don't know if that's a tire.
He was concerned.
I get it. I don't know if he probably needs to learn a little bit more about automobiles. I don't think that tires would just pop.
Under a certain amount of pressure.
I mean, I
And
guess.
do you want to take that risk?
But it's
Yeah,
not like they're inner
that's his
tube. Like
life.
tires are not like, balloons.
Some of them are.
I guess maybe I don't know what he's got. I don't know what kind of tires he's got. To be fair, you don't have the original video because I saw this news report.
It's in there, but hang on, I can get it for you.
Okay, yeah, her original.
You just
Because
don't like the original video.
I like the original, and then maybe we go to the news report because she decided that she was going to expose this whole thing. She's going to blow the lid off of this. That this Lyft driver was being very prejudicial against her because he was like, you can't fit in the car, and also the tires are going to pop.
Give me 1 minute.
See, I don't think bursting tires would be the danger, because if you divide her up, that's just like having 3 people. I think the issue is that she'd be only sitting in one seat, and the car would tilt dangerously, and you'd have to drive on the side like you're in an action movie.
Like when Arnold is driving into the parking lot in Twins.
Yeah.
And Danny DeVito informs him he's showing off.
Yeah, one of those.
Right. No, but I mean, you could, I would think like breaking an axle is possible, depending on where her body is situated, right?
Yeah, I'm not a mechanic.
Right. I think, because I think it's not, because I'm sure that the car could handle between 489 and 554 pounds.
Maybe Jimmy on Staten Island knows.
But I just think the concentrated weight would be the problem. So here she is. She posted, said, the Lyft driver denied me service because of my size, which is awful.
Sam, you do the same thing.
Well, what I did not. Well, she's not getting in a Wrangler. She's not. I go with a step up and the whole thing. Like, I know it's a 4-door, but it's still. It's not like a. Honestly, I do feel like Dank should be probably ordering the Uber XLs.
Yeah.
Not only because she's a bigger lady, but because
for your own comfort.
Yeah, she's a superstar. She's in show business.
Okay, I wasn't going. Okay, all right.
Well,
let's see.
I have no space at all. My car is small.
I can fit in this car.
No, believe me, you can.
Yes, I can.
Believe me. So, I'm sorry.
What am I doing with my money?
I'm going to cancel you. You're not going to be charged.
So you telling me I can't get in the lift because I can't fit in your car?
Yeah, you need to order a bigger car.
What makes you think I can't fit in the car?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
What makes you think I can't fit in this?
He's being so polite.
So polite, and she's trying to goad him into saying, well, because you're fat.
Yeah, like he should be saying, I have these 2 things that were shoved into the front of my face called eyeballs, and that is what's making me think he can't fit into my car.
Like, she's filming.
Right.
And in my opinion, she is trying to get him to say
100%.
Yeah.
150%. Like,
and he's just being very polite.
She's realizing that she's got something here. He's saying, believe me, you can't. I'm sorry, you can't fit in the car. Order a bigger car. Trust me on this. This is not going to go well. It's going to fuck up my automobile.
Might burst my tires.
I don't know that that's how tires. I don't know that would happen.
Are you a mechanic?
No.
Okay.
No.
Stay in your lane.
You're right.
Makes you think I can't fit in this car?
Because the car is small in the back.
My best friend has a Benz that's newer than this that I can fit in. That's the same size.
That's a flex.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So you really telling me I'm too big to get in your car?
What?
So I gotta order another lift.
Too big to get in your car.
Oh, I thought you did. Okay.
And to be more specific with you, I got very tired tires.
What I got to do with your tires?
Yeah, and you have no space.
How you know I don't have no space?
He's trying anything at this point. He's like,
also,
it's
the tires.
It's the tires. What exactly do I have to do with your tires? The back seat.
There's no space.
I don't know.
I fart a lot. You don't want to be in this car.
Right. Okay. All right. Yeah. See you later. I do like the flex though. She's like, my best friend has a Benz, and I fit in that fine. I think Benzes are bigger than, what is that, like a Toyota?
I don't know if that's a Benz.
Yeah, I think the Lyft is a Toyota or something like that. Just because you can fit in a Benz doesn't mean you can fit in this guy's Toyota.
Let me see if I can find what kind of car it was. But let's keep watching.
I don't have no space.
Yeah, I got no space in the back.
How do you know I don't have no space?
Because I tried before.
Right.
Huh?
Because I've been in this situation.
So every big person you turn down because they can't fit in your car?
Yeah, because they need to order the Uber XL instead.
No, I don't never have to order an Uber XL.
Come on.
Then I'm really sorry.
What's your name?
Abraham Patterson.
Okay.
He's being so nice.
Very nice.
Did they fire him? Is that right?
Oh, I don't know. Did they?
I don't know. I don't.
I just know that they're being sued. Let me see. I didn't see anything about him being fired.
I hope not. But a lot of times, like, as soon as these lawsuits start, they suspend.
It
or
was
they
a Mercedes-Benz.
The Uber was?
That's what the news report says.
Excuse me.
He rolled up in his Mercedes-Benz sedan and immediately locked his doors.
Smart Abraham. That's my guy. It's like, listen, however this conversation goes, you ain't getting in this car. Yeah. I hope Abraham didn't get punished.
No, I hope so.
Because he was standing on business, I think.
You don't think that's fat shaming?
I think he's worried about his car.
Yeah.
I think he's worried about his car. I also think, you're trying to get as many fares as you can. The idea that, like, it's going to be a whole thing, trying to fit you in the back seat, trying to pop you out of the back seat. It's a whole,
Pop you out?
Wow. When something's in there real tight.
Yeah,
lube it up. Yeah. Right?
Oh,
there we go. All right. He's driving Lyft because he wants an easy life. We'll go pick up people, that's it. Not this whole rigmarole.
Oh, her attorneys argue that the driver refusing to take her constituted discrimination because weight is a protected characteristic in Michigan, which is where this happened.
Well, there's a lot of big people in Michigan. I get that. They got
Mom Spaghetti.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. I mean, I get that weight's protected, but at a point, I don't know. Let's see what they say on the news. They're covering this on the news. It became a story. Dank DeMoss trying to get justice for the fact that she was refused Uber or Lyft or whatever it was.
Blanding tells us she was just trying to get to a Detroit Lions watch party this month when her Lyft rolled up.
As I'm walking, I see him like making faces or whatever. I'm like, oh man.
She already knew.
I can fit in this car.
But believe me, you can.
Yes, I can.
Believe me.
He told her there's not enough room in his car.
The kicker part was when he started to talk about his tires. I feel like that was a slap in the face. That was like my tires.
The driver said his tires could not handle her weight.
I know.
For every big
that.
person you turn down because they can't fit in your car.
Yeah, because they need to order the Uber XL.
No, I don't never have to order Uber XL.
He apologized, canceled the ride, and left her there. The rapper says she's pretty tough.
Oh, shit.
Dank DeMoss, as she's known at the mic, is crushed by the whole situation.
I just want them to know, it really hurt my feelings.
It looks like Lyft might be hurting pretty soon, too.
I knew it was illegal, and I knew that it was wrong.
Her attorneys, John Marco and Zach Runyon, say weight is a protected characteristic in Michigan by law.
It would be no different than a driver pulling up and saying, I don't want to have black people in my car, or I don't want to have Christians in my car, or Muslims in my car. It's the same under the...
I don't know if it's the same.
That's the same? I don't allow Christians in my car because of the tires. I don't have room in my back seat. You're a Christian.
I don't know if it's the same.
It's not exactly the same. I get that discrimination. I understand, I don't know that that's what Abraham was doing. I don't think that he has some kind of anti-fat where he goes to sleep at night and he thinks, what's these fat people that are the problem. Yeah, I think he might have just...
Yeah, and he probably wants to take as many... riders as he can.
I love a lawyer with long, slick back hair and a shiny tie.
He looks good.
I mean, just shameless. Just like
John with no H.
Right. Whatever. Yeah. Exactly. I'm John. No H. Like whatever stereotype you have about lawyers, that's exactly who I am. I want you to know that going in.
What do you got, buddy?
I think he's great. No, but I think. But I love a lawyer that commits all the way. Like you could tell even he doesn't believe what he's saying, but it doesn't matter. It's just strictly performance. And then you'll go to them, why do you do this? And they'll go, because we love the law so much.
Yeah, I love law.
I love law. You have to trust in the process. The judiciary process is why I'm doing this.
You want to finish this?
Yes, of course.
I have black people in my car, or I don't want to have Christians in my car, or Muslims in my car. It's the same. Under the law, it's the same.
The lawsuit is filed. Since she posted the encounter on social media, other full-figured folks have reached out saying the same thing happened to them.
You're kidding me.
Whoa.
What?
Now, it would be funny if it turns out that all of these were from Abraham.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
And he's like, seriously, no fatties.
I want you to know, I'm extremely worried about my car all the time. There's a weight limit. Anybody over 200 can't get in the car. Yeah. Oh, I mean, I do kind of. I think I'm saying poor Abraham in this one. He was just so polite about it. You know?
Yeah, it's hard to decide against him when he was being extremely polite.
He's being polite, and somebody who is anti-black, Christian, or Muslim would probably be way less polite. Like, I've seen those people. They're awful. Like Louis J. Gomez. Andy in South Carolina. What's up, Andy?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good.
First off, I just want to say, while he seems to be okay being pissy in his personal life, Troy has been significantly less pissy screening calls lately.
That's great.
Andy, why do you always? It always has to be something.
It's a compliment.
Why can't you just get to your point?
I'm complimenting you, you old man.
He's being nice, dude.
It's just always something with Andy.
He's
just
being nice.
Call in and say, you got a great point. Call in and say the point.
Listen, Andy, don't worry about what Troy's saying. Here's the thing. These guys, I'm in the position that I'm in, and it's a lot. Everything's on my shoulders right now, and I'm feeling the burden, okay? And what these guys around me try to do is they try to take shortcuts, and they try to get away with stuff. They know I can't see everything.
Don't lump me in with Troy.
Well, I'm just saying, I need my people out there, okay? And because they try to get away with shenanigans and half measures. And Andy, I appreciate that you give me updates on Troy's performance. I think Andy's performance reviews of Troy screening calls is essential, actually.
I'm just trying to help, Sam.
Thank you, and you are. Regardless of what somebody says, you are helping.
And everybody likes a compliment, or so I thought.
Yeah. So I thought.
Troy seems to get the maddest when I call in to compliment him. But can I get to my original point?
It's always backhanded, Andy.
There was nothing backhanded about that.
Troy, could you let him get to his original point?
Sorry.
The caller.
Jeez.
I didn't realize it was the Troy Hinson show.
Apparently, this guy smells blood in the water. He goes, okay, if we're making changes.
Everywhere, apparently.
Yeah, that's right.
So Abraham's biggest mistake here was he could have just driven away and canceled the ride, and he would have just been a dick of a Lyft driver. There's no way she was making it very swiftly to the car, so he had at least 150 trudging feet to see that she was coming to the car, where he could have just canceled and driven away.
Yeah, he probably sat there for about 25 minutes waiting.
Yes. Also, to the tires popping because of weight, there's a really simple experiment that we can do to solve this problem.
Okay.
If Libby in Oregon is listening, if someone could just ask her if the tires on her car have ever burst.
Okay. No, that's a great experiment, and then we'd know one way or the other, finally. Thank you, Andy. You're 100% right. This is, for Abraham, a case of nice guys finishing last. Like, if he had, I think he was also trying to protect his star rating, I'm sure. But if he had just driven away, taken the hit on the star rating, and split, he would have been fine. But he stopped, and he tried to be polite, and he tried to be a nice guy, and now his voice is all over the news. It does make you realize this is what he gets. It's not fair. That's not right. Although I do hope Dank DeMoss is able to get rides in the future.
It also must be noted that there's a wave of obese rappers happening right now.
I'm down with that.
Like, Dave Blunt's?
I don't know if... Oh, yeah, of course I know Dave Blunt. I mean, he looks really unhealthy. Dave Blunt's is fun. He's a fun guy, but every time he talks, you're like...
There he is.
Yeah, we got to get this guy some help. Like,
he was on stage with Oxygen once.
Right. Like, he looks...
He's wearing Oxygen right now?
Right. He looks like scary. Like, this is going to go poorly.
But he's a lot of fun.
But I think it might be a problem that he gets celebrated like this because here's what would happen. It'd be the Jonah Hill thing, right? Where everybody loved Jonah Hill when he was a little heavy, but then he lost weight and started voicing his opinions, and people were like, "There's kind of an asshole." Like, if Dave Blunt's were to get in even remotely healthy shape, I don't think he'd get the same kind of love that he gets now.
And he loves Scissor.
I see that he's got the purple tracksuit on and all of that. So Scissor is also like really unhealthy. I think it's led to Lil Wayne having all kinds of seizures and stuff like that. It's not great. I mean, I'm worried. Let's hear a little.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sam, what are you having us listen to?
Listen, I just...
It's on YouTube. We thought it was safe.
I thought it was safe, too. This thing should be demonetized.
That explains why there was no ad in front of me.
I mean, this is outrageous. Yeah, you were like, it's never been so easy to get a YouTube video in my life. This is incredible. I can't believe. What did he? Yeah, no.
I mean, I get the sentiment.
I'm surprised you can even search this out. Yeah, I was actually just thinking, right before I was just thinking, I kind of enjoy that there's no metaphor, there's no simile, he's
really just saying words.
He's saying what he feels. Like these are the things that I like, this is who I am. And then boy, did he really hit the nail on the head. I mean,
some real DMX shit.
Yeah, it's odd too, because I thought his reputation was he's very lovable.
He is, but he said it lovingly. It wasn't like
he's just saying I'm not.
Yeah, he's just saying that I'm not that.
I don't have a problem.
You can be that if you want, but I'm not that.
All right.
I don't know if he said you can be that if you want.
Well, he implied it. I've heard him on podcasts, and he's like a super fun guy. So I don't think there's any maliciousness in him.
Oh, it's wild. I didn't expect that.
I didn't either.
No, not in 2025.
No.
Although I don't know, man, the tides are changing.
Times are changing.
Like that?
Bro. No, there are some people that are really leading the charge, I guess.
Words are coming back. Hand gestures are coming back.
Man.
I mean, I knew some words were coming
Troy's
back.
about to hit a renaissance.
Troy's going to go to HR and be like, no, you don't understand.
Have you ever heard of Dave Blunt? Could I play this for you real quick? You can actually do all this again.
No, it has 3.4 million views.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I saw Elon making that gesture. Well, that was fine.
I mean,
well, I think actually, as it turns out, a lot of people had a problem with it.
Oh, yeah.
To the point where he had to deny that was even the gesture.
And it's crazy how many people were defending it.
Yeah, it's like they were like, that's not what that is.
That's not what that was.
It's like, of course it was. Maybe he didn't mean to do it. Maybe he got a little ahead of himself, but I mean, of course that's what it was.
I mean, how do you accidentally do that?
Right.
Twice.
He did a couple times.
It wasn't just like, and he did it, and he's like, oops, didn't mean to do that.
Yeah.
Unless, like Zach said, he was trying to dab. Very funny.
Yeah. I wonder if Lyft is going to have to change the language in the app now to clarify that there are, I mean, they can't, to clarify that there are weight limits and things like that.
I mean, I'm sure it's in some like roundabout, driver has right to refusal.
Yeah.
For,
tires potentially popping.
For possible burst of tires.
Mm-hmm.
Or what happens if somebody's like, looks really dirty and homeless? Like, do you have to let them in your car?
Well, if they're homeless, I don't know where they got the money for the Uber, because you have to prepay,
But they could be homeless and still have some sort of credit card.
I guess. I mean, where are they Ubering to?
Somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if that comes up that often.
Place where you drop off all the cans.
That's a homeless guy.
You got to get back.
Yeah. He's like, you got to take me to the recycling place. How do you think I'm going to pay for this Uber? But I don't know that would be a very good business model. Well, I collect cans for nickels, but then I Uber to the recycling place. Generally speaking, I about break even.
Well, you can use a mail truck, but not everybody has access to one of those.
Right.
And sometimes it doesn't work out financially.
That's true.
Right. Yeah, no, I think homeless people still travel by boxcar. You get on the back of the boxcar.
Or rickshaw.
Right. Well, I don't know if they go by...
Well, they pull them sometimes.
Sure. Okay, here are the anti-discrimination policies of Lyft. Reports of...
refusing riders based on any of the protected characteristics.
Okay, here are the protected characteristics, okay? You can't discriminate based on any of these. Okay. Race, color, national origin, religion, gender identity or expression, physical or mental disability, including the refusal of service animals, that's good to know, or mobility devices, medical condition, marital status, sorry, singles only. It's a ladies' night. Age or sexual orientation. So it doesn't specifically say weight, but medical condition is open-ended enough.
And weight, as John the lawyer said, is a protected characteristic in Michigan.
I love the idea of an Uber driver going, no. If you're married, this ain't your ride. We got things to discuss. Huh.
Lyft and Uber drivers can decline fares
Okay, safety concerns. Yeah. If a driver feels this is what they can. If a driver feels unsafe, they can decline. Okay,
which makes sense.
Distance or destination. Oh yeah, they hit me with that in the suburbs. We don't go to the city. Oh really?
Yeah, but don't they have to accept? Don't they know where you're going before they accept the fare?
I don't think so.
No,
really?
No, they've hit they hit people leaving the Not Sam studio. Yeah, it's annoying.
I always assumed that like if you're accepting a fare, you know where the person's going.
I think you know where you're picking them up, and then when you get them and they're in the car, then you see where they're going.
Really?
I believe,
yeah, because the Uber drivers have.
That's kind of shitty.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Passenger ratings. If a passenger has a low rating, okay. Location, which I think is the same as this. Oh, driver's far away. Okay. Ride type. Personal reasons. Driver may decline rides for personal reasons, including needing to take a break or attending to personal matters. I mean,
that seems open-ended.
Okay, what about that ride type? Drivers can refuse to accept rides that require them to transport okay, more passengers or items than their vehicle can safely accommodate.
That's happened to me.
What are the items?
Well, like if my fiance would have like a cooking event.
Right.
She has all this stuff. She has a blender. She has all this stuff, and they've pulled up and seen all this stuff, and they're like, "Nah, we're good. Sorry," and they've left.
Well, what?
Was it going to fit?
It could have fit.
Right. They were just being.
They're being an asshole.
Okay.
Well, now you sound like Dank DeMoss.
Yeah.
Trust me, it could fit. What if all the items are attached to your body and are actually your body parts?
Like legs?
Right. Can we make that stretch? Like belly, legs, like
fat.
Right. Is he going to be able to say, no, Clause 5, ride type, I'm protected?
Maybe they do it like an airline where you get a few rolls and then you have to pay extra to check the others.
Smart. That'd probably be the move. Except it's just tough to move some of them into the trunk because they're attached to you, you know?
I can't believe they don't know where they're going before they accept that fare.
Yeah.
That used to be the best part about taxis living like out in Brooklyn, because the law, and I assume it still is, but the law was like once you get in the taxi, they have to take you where you want to go. So we would get in the taxi in Manhattan to go home to Brooklyn.
That sucks.
Back in the day, and be like, blah, 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 Bay Ridge, and they'd be like, fuck.
That sucks.
I'd be like, you have to take me.
Sorry, I'm in the car. Yeah, that's true, because taxis would, and the trick would always be, if they were worried about something like that, they go, oh, I'm just about to be off duty. Like, my shift's about to end. Where are you going? I'll take you if it's on the way.
Yeah.
And that's how they would get rid of people trying to go to Bay Ridge.
No. We would go right in that car.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, it's just up the street. You get in, kidding, Bay Ridge.
Cross the bridge, BQE. You'll be there in no time. Yeah. It's fine.
Taxi drivers have just asked, they've rolled down the window and I've hailed them. They're like, where are you going?
Well, yeah, because they don't want to go to Brooklyn.
And I'm like, I'm going here. And they're like, nope. And they just keep going.
Which
that ain't
weird.
happening.
I would think now taxi drivers just want to take anybody anywhere because nobody uses them.
I mean, you'd think so, but people are they're either lazy or they just want to do what they want to do.
Yeah.
You know? They want they can just pick up as many smaller fares in a shift as possible, and I'm sure it's way more profitable than having to drive to Bay Ridge or something.
I mean, I would tip well.
Would you?
Yes, I'm a good tipper.
Even back in those days?
Back in those days, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Never got the cash cab, but what are you going to do?
You were trying to.
That would be awesome.
That was a funny thing when Cash Cab was a popular show, to get into a regular cab and ask if it was the Cash Cab.
Are you Ben Bailey?
It was just a fun prank. Is this the Cash Cab? No. Oh,
no,
okay.
Man.
All right.
It's just a cab. Where are you going?
You just get in. Are we in the Cash Cab?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Just a regular cab then. I was excited. You ever seen that show? Yeah. Yes, I've seen the show. Where are we going? Oh, good news. Westchester. You fuck.
Hope you got gas.
Yeah, you son of a bitch. Oh. All right, let's take a break. So much to cover today. They explained the drones. I don't know if you heard about that, but yesterday they decided, and they tried to cover it up, right? Everybody was all mad about, I don't know, federal spending, suspensions, and this and that. But under all that, they were like, also, while you're all mad at all that stuff and speculating and everything, we're just going to tell you real quick, this is what the drones were. and then we're going to move on. So we're going to talk about the drones. We're going to talk about the drones and so much more. Stay right there. We'll be right back.
We will be right back with Sam Roberts Show. We are back with Sam Roberts Show.
Probably tomorrow at 11 a.m., where we did get to the bottom of even more. You know, Nicole went to the botulism Botox guy. And so she's having a really tough time of it. I don't want to do spoilers, but
maybe one.
You want one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty busy.
So they're trying to figure out if there's a lawsuit, deal with lawyers, do the whole thing, and rightfully so. But so Nicole's husband is going through her texts to the doctor that has apparently been, for a long time, giving all these women in New York this fake Chinese counterfeit Botox. And it's this counterfeit Botox that can lead to botulism, that can lead, there are health defects, and it really explains why last year, out of the blue, Nicole went wonky-eyed, started losing her vision, went completely cross-eyed, had to wear an eye patch, then had to wear Milton's glasses from Office Space for a while. This is what's happening. This is the guy, right? So her husband, Matt, is like, let me see the text that you sent him, so we can have the record and everything. And he's scrolling. He's like, okay. And then he's like, Nicole, this was sent today.
What?
The last text.
You can't talk to him.
It said, how could you do this to me? She texted him, how could you do this to me?
Did he reply?
No.
He's out on bail.
Yeah, I know. Oh, she knows. She knows. But she texted him while this is all happening, within the last couple of days, how could you do this to me? I was like, this is maybe the least strategic thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, you should probably avoid all contact.
That's what they always say. I don't even know why, but they always, of course. Every lawyer and television show lawyer says, yeah, avoid all contact.
Yeah.
And he's like, what are you doing? This is sent today. It says, how could you do this to me?
Was Matt Biggins upset?
He was furious. He didn't understand who he's married.
Because he's a smart guy.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Yeah, it was the same, befuddlement of when Nicole walked in here and was like, oh, Hawk 2 and those meme coins. Pretty impressive what an entrepreneur she is. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? So you got that to look forward to. New satisfying episode coming to YouTube and all podcast platforms tomorrow. But today we've gotten another Trump day one promise. Not day one, but within the first few days. He said he was going to explain what the drones were all about. You remember in December of last year, we were all obsessed with the drones in New Jersey? Well, he said, don't worry, I'm going to get to the bottom of that. Because if you remember, all the government officials were like, we don't know what it is, but it's not bad, so don't even worry about it and just go about your day. And everybody was like, well, that's completely unacceptable. They were like, we can't exactly say what it is, but it's fine. So just, keep on rocking in the free world. And people, it was just another one of those things that I think a lot of people forgot about, because what other choice do you have? Well, I guess that's just that, and you move on. Well, the new press secretary, what's her name? Carolyn with a K? Yeah. That's a weird way to spell Carolyn. Leavitt? Caroline, whatever. I would have brought Sarah Huckabee Sanders back. But
I don't think she wants to come back.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
She did a good job.
Such a crush.
Well, come on. She explained it, though.
Woman.
She's handsome. She explained it. The new press secretary explained what the drones were. And this should, end the conversation altogether, I think.
And before I turn to questions, I do have news directly from the President of the United States that was just shared with me in the Oval Office. From President Trump directly, an update on the New Jersey drones. Oh. After research and study, the drones that were flying over New Jersey in large numbers were authorized to be flown by the FAA for research and various other reasons. Many of these drones were also hobbyists, recreational, and private individuals that enjoy flying drones. In time, it got worse due to curiosity. This was not the enemy.
All right.
All right. So, if you remember all those drones flying over New Jersey, at the end of the day, curiosity killed the cat, and we'll leave it at that.
All over the East Coast. It wasn't just Jersey.
That's actually a good point, Troy. Yes, they were shown in Staten Island and everything.
Right, but now we know that they were flying around for various other reasons.
Research
won't tell you what that was.
Some research.
Just research.
Nondescript research, various other reasons, and also by hobbyists who, quote, enjoy flying drones. Which that does feel like it came it feels like that probably did come directly from the president.
I believe that 100%.
Yeah, these are hobbyists. They like to fly drones. They enjoy flying drones. They flew drones. So yeah, I mean, Troy, you thought it could be something nefarious. After that explanation, you must feel like a fool.
I mean,
they kind of cleared all that up, didn't they?
It's funny, like the way he's talking, the way Trump was talking beforehand is like they know what it is. Like, tell them.
Yeah.
And then he comes out, and then he was like signing executive orders, and somebody asked him about it, and he's just like, "Oh, we gotta figure out what that is."
I forgot. I totally forgot.
You totally forgot how annoyed you were that they knew what this was, and then all of a sudden you're like, "Oh, we have to figure out what this is," and then it's like this like milquetoast statement of like, "Oh, it was FAA approved," and
right, which it's like, why wouldn't you have told us that when it was happening?
Yeah, you could have said this months ago, a month ago, 2 months ago.
I probably would have considered saying it before. Hey, everybody in Jersey, just so you know, there's going to be a couple SUV-sized drones flying around. Those are ours. They're just, doing nondescript research in various things.
And I believe there's reports that their drones are flying over Air Force bases and all sorts of like military things and
research.
Various research.
And they were like, we don't know what they are. And all of a sudden it was like, oh, that's FAA. Well, it's just like
we know exactly what. No, they said, I'm sorry. We said we don't know what they are. What we meant is you don't know what they are. We misspoke there. It's just the wrong pronoun. Yeah. So this was not the enemy. Good to go. We're done. Thanks. Perfect.
And everybody, all the UFO people are annoyed.
Well, of course, because it doesn't make any sense.
Why are you annoyed?
You.
Because I don't think that they're telling the truth.
Of course not. Various other reasons is not a reason.
It's also like, for this to come out, for them to say, well, I'll tell you what it wasn't. It definitely wasn't enemies from China. Also, that Chinese AI company is pretty good, and we're glad TikTok is still around. But these are all three unrelated things, I mean, various other things. People are, it's like, I can believe you that it wasn't an enemy, but you can't just say, don't worry, it was nothing bad. Please stop asking.
Well, a lot of people are going to stop asking now.
I think so. Well, the explanations, we told you. Nondescript research and various other things, as well as people who like to fly drones.
I mean, I would have been shocked if 1 week into the presidency, he comes out and he says, there's interdimensional beings, and they're starting to surface.
You think that the drones could have been interdimensional beings?
You're asking me what I think personally?
Yeah.
I think that there are, as I've said last week, there are interdimensional beings that are starting to come, that are starting to reveal themselves, and the drones were like a way to be like, oh, this is a distraction from what's happening.
Travis, interdimensional beings or various other things?
Various other things.
Okay.
However,
two different sides of the coin.
Interdimensional beings could fall under various other things.
I guess that's true. I guess I forgot that various other things is a wide enough net that it could be literally anything.
Anything.
Right. We're just saying it's not an enemy. Other than that, it could be literally anything else.
It's just not the enemy.
But now you've got your answer. We can stop talking about it at all. I mean, didn't the previous administration didn't take any ownership of it at all, right?
No.
Right. And even local governments were like, we don't know what it is. Federal governments were like, we don't know.
Yeah.
And now they're like, yeah, we knew the whole time. And that's fine. It's fine that we knew all the time.
Also, don't worry about what the actual reason is. We're telling you we knew.
It was, what were you researching? What is this? The question hour? Yeah. Enough.
What is this? A press briefing?
Yeah.
I believe in this press briefing, she said, like, we're going to do everything we can to tell the truth and blah, blah, and then they come out with like some bullshit.
I love that. They go like,
so you're not believing
this woman?
Yeah.
No.
This woman.
That came directly from the president.
Whoever this woman is.
Well, the new press secretary. We were just
right, but that's a direct quote from the president, from Dear Leader.
I mean,
your guy.
Your man.
My guy.
Your bro. Your big homie.
You say Trump has never told a lie?
No.
Not that I know of.
Yeah, I can't think of one.
I'm searching. I'm up there in the old brain right now. I'm searching around. I'm coming up with nothing. Not once.
I mean, look, this is a big story that.
No, it's not.
It's hard. It's going to be really hard to tell the truth about what's happening.
She just did research and various other things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Case closed.
Case closed. Not an enemy.
Let's move on to the eggs.
Chris Cuomo didn't like this answer.
No.
Who?
Chris Cuomo.
You're talking about
News Nation? Chris Cuomo?
Oh, I thought you meant disgraced CNN broadcaster Chris Cuomo.
No, you're thinking of Jim Acosta.
Jim Acosta. Trump tweeting out, "It's good that Jim Acosta is gone from CNN."
Oh.
Can you imagine losing your gig and the president of the United States is like, "Oh, this is good news."
He's happy about it.
It's fucked up. Chris Cuomo is not
he
buying
had
this.
Jeremy Corbell on last night, and they're like,
"Is Jeremy Corbell the UFO documentarian guy?"
Yeah. And they're like,
he likes to put himself in the movie.
Oh yeah,
yeah, he likes that.
Yeah, he loves being the center of attention.
Yeah, but he did Chris Cuomo.
Oh, he'll do anybody that asks.
We should get him on here.
Yeah.
He went, yeah.
I mean, he's a little bit of a goofball.
Are you worried that it won't benefit your case? He'll say some weird. He'll be like,
he just seems like one of those guys that's just pushing his agenda, and
it's his business now.
It's his business. There you go.
Right.
And it's not your agenda.
Well,
it's not. He's not. I'll tell you what. He ain't making a dime off it.
Me? I just want to know what the hell's going on.
I'd love to know too. Well, actually, I do know.
What is it?
Research, nondescript research, various other things, and people who like to fly drones.
Oh, okay.
Enjoy.
No, I'm sorry. People who enjoy flying drones. All right. Well, what did Chris Cuomo have to say about this? Because last time I saw Chris Cuomo, he was on the Adam Friedland show. That's where I know him from. Oh, is this his UFO segment?
Oh.
Earlier today,
oh, that's cool.
We learned Donald Trump agreed with the Biden administration about the drones flying over New Jersey, and I was so disappointed. His press secretary reassured the public
he was hoping for
that
aliens.
There was nothing nefarious going on. And I'm not saying there is. I'm not looking for ET. Okay? It's just there are too many reports of too many things that I can't believe the FAA authorizes.
I love this.
Big ass drones? Who has them?
He can say ass.
Okay,
ass on News Nation. You can say ass on News Nation.
But where are they coming?
Somebody said shit the other day on
That's
on
sick.
The show. Yeah, I was like, nice.
Nice.
And I noticed his sleeves are rolled up.
Oh yeah, they're rolled up.
Business.
Yeah, that's right. Because he wants to show off the forearms too.
And he's getting to the bottom of
It's
stuff.
a relaxed atmosphere over at News Nation.
Oh yeah.
Shit words just flying around.
Yeah.
That's cool that you can say shit on the news.
Yeah.
I also love
he's
the
based?
He's ultra based. You can tell because this is the move to go like this. Hey man, I'm not saying anything crazy. I'm not looking for ETs. But can you explain what's going on? Like that's where it's like, we suck you in. We're just normal like you. We're just normal like you. Now that we're all here, what's really going on, guys?
What's happening?
Yeah. That's how they get you, right?
Okay, it's just there are too many reports of too many things that I can't believe the FAA authorizes. Big ass drones? Who has them?
Right.
Okay, maybe the FAA does. But where are they coming from? Well, you know what I mean? What is that? So how do they not know? This was exactly what Trump mocked during the campaign. I don't get it. Investigative journalist Jeremy Corbell might.
Oh,
he says the government.
I didn't realize it was investigative journalist Jeremy Corbell. Oh, okay.
Oh, he's getting to the bottom of all this.
Does he have his sleeves rolled up as well?
Right, he's got those cool tats, so he's got to always show them off.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Why do you say it like that when you're covered in tattoos?
Because I always have my sleeves up to show my tats.
You're like, no, he's got cool
right?
tattoos.
Oh, yeah.
Let him know.
You got flex.
Let him know.
Is not being transparent still. especially when it comes to UAPs like the ones that everybody cared about for 5 minutes. He has a new season of his docuseries, TMZ Presents UFO Revolution, where he speaks directly to a former member of the
if Harvey Levin is involved. This is...
well, he gets to the bottom of stuff.
Yeah, we're going to get to the bottom of this. Yeah.
Terry, who recorded footage of a UFO over Iraq. Just take a look.
It's just the egg.
Looking through my camera screen, I keep continually raising. I'm using that as like a giant scope to like catch everything.
It's
sweet to the left.
Did you hit pause?
I played Space Invaders before.
Troy, as somebody who is invested in this UFO stuff,
I guess,
is it exhausting? Like more of this night vision green footage that nobody can make anything out?
So stupid.
It's so annoying.
So stupid.
And every time they need a new doc, like I'm talking 4 or 5 times a year, there's new night vision green screen footage.
It's new footage. There's the dramatic music. It's same formula over and over again with the same bullshit information.
It's horseshit, isn't it?
It's horse shit.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
It's why I just I want to tap out. Like I just can't put any more thought into this because it's nonsense. Tell me what's going on. Quit the dramatic music. Quit the night vision bullshit. Tell me what's going on.
That's right.
But then when they do tell you what's going on, you don't believe it.
Well, they were very non-specific about what's going on.
You go straight up, but it veered a little bit, almost like a back and forth motion.
Let's skip this preview clip.
What this guy doing? I knew it wasn't right.
But when he finally gets zoomed in, and you see the shape.
All right, can we get to the? Thank you.
There's so much anecdotal evidence about things.
We love anecdotal evidence.
Oh yeah, it's all just hobbyists and. Investigative journalist and co-host of the Weaponized podcast, Jeremy Corbell. I got to tell you, handsome.
What? Nice. Okay, Chris. Okay, Chris. Shoot your shot.
Yeah.
Shoot your shot, Chris. There you go. And by the way, let me tell you something about Jeremy Corbell. He is not immune to flattery.
No.
This guy, he lit up like a jack-o'-lantern. How you doing, handsome? He's like, oh.
We're going to talk about UFOs, but let me just point something out real quick.
Yeah.
You looking good.
He's flirting.
Yeah, what are you doing over there? Good looking? Oh, me? Oh.
You're fine.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
It's a weird thing to say on a news program.
It's also weird that somebody who is like all about exposing the deep state and UFOs and everything can go on a national news show with somebody who used to be a CNN anchor, and the minute he says he's handsome, he's putty in his hands.
Well, flattery gets you everywhere.
It does, doesn't it, handsome?
It's
and co-host of the Weaponized podcast, Jeremy Corbell. I got to tell you, handsome.
Nice.
I was disappointed today. And that
I love this interview.
Rarely. I thought that they were going to say some things about what's going on and the different kinds of drones and the new reality and what has to change. And we got none of it. Was I just wrong in my expectation, or are we still waiting for the truth?
Yeah, I mean, just logically, good to see you. Just logically, that explanation does not make any sense.
By the way, first of all, I'm picking up what you're putting down. Second of all, let me get to the UFOs.
Game, respect, game.
Yeah. First of all, I see what you're doing, and I like it. Second of all.
Was I just wrong in my expectation, or are we still waiting for the truth?
Yeah, I mean, just logically, good to see you. Just logically, that explanation does not make any sense. Did the FAA authorize the ones that buzzed Langley for 17?
This is called News Nation, where we don't center our clips.
Listen.
You talk about the new podcast, Apenized. Like, what are you triple boxing and you're not centering your clip? They're just like, let's just cut off the sides of it, throw it right in between these two jokers.
You think maybe Chris Cuomo's editing on the fly?
Or they got an intern doing it.
I mean,
whatever.
Troy, we have an intern in here.
She would do a better job than this. Whoever,
Danielle, I'd like to believe you wouldn't let this fly.
Oh, never.
No.
Spacing, oof.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy.
I just want to add that my buddy who went to Derek's wedding is the producer for this show. So,
Okay.
So that tracks.
Hot Dog is here, and I guess the person who did this is most likely good friends with our old intern D-Bag.
I mean, that just explains
Long Island
everything.
trash.
Long Island garbage. Okay, good to know.
We got to the bottom of that quick.
Yep, that was easy.
Yeah.
That explains that.
That's that.
By the way, Troy, now you got an in with Chris Cuomo.
I'd hang with. Can you hook me up? Yeah, I can hook it up.
Yeah.
Is he here in New York?
Yeah.
I mean, he works here, so yeah.
I wonder if we can get Chris on the show.
Can you get Chris on the show?
Can you get Chris on the show?
I can't get Chris.
Why not?
Hot Dog, you're on a radio show. Use a fucking microphone.
Thank you, Mike. Holy
questions. I cannot get Chris on the show now, but I can.
By the way, did you hear Hot Dog's response in outrage? They're asking me questions.
Yes.
It's actually talk format is the radio show.
I don't want to get up.
It's not like you're doing anything over there.
You got Chris? Can you get Chris on the show?
I don't have that kind of pull.
Well, ask your.
I'll ask my boy.
People are very.
I'll ask my boy
I've tried to get him on the show before. They're very protective.
He did Adam Friedland's show. He can't do our show.
Adam Friedland's center left.
We'll be center. We're leaning more center left lately.
We can trick him. We can tell him it's like some other show.
There's no trick. It's just the show. Like, what is he like? Gotcha, Chris. Now you got everything to answer for.
Tell him I watch him every night.
I'll work on it.
He's got a huge fan right here.
Reach out to Derek.
I like him too.
You like Chris Cuomo?
Okay.
Yeah, pretty
So
well.
Okay.
I'll tell him we got 2 fans.
My mom would freak out. Like,
Okay.
Danielle and her mom.
Hook it up.
come on.
I'll see what I can do.
Hot Dog, make a good first impression.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to go sit down.
Why?
He's tired.
Tired.
Why are you tired?
Well, he's put all his effort in for the day.
It's 9:30.
You didn't even get to work yet.
Hot Dog.
I'm gonna go sit down.
I've been working. I worked until 1 a.m. last night. I'm tired.
No. Sit down.
Thank you. I don't have to explain myself.
Sit down. Sit down.
Oh, him sitting there, I hope I have to fart. Talk about farting.
Oh, now.
Test it out. See how it feels.
Danielle, if you start to feel anything, just pretend you're fixing something in that corner.
If you crop dust him, I will give you a high five, Danielle.
Whoa, and she's been looking for that high five.
Let's get some beans in here.
Okay.
We're making progress.
High five.
High five. Troy is so bad with
What?
with money. Like, a great offer for someone is a high five. An outrageous sum to offer to do something humiliating is $1,500. They'll never come up with $1,500.
You tell me, if our intern Danielle didn't walk by Hot Dog and just crop dust him, you wouldn't think that was funny?
I would think it was funny, but I'll probably give her a high five either way.
But I wouldn't announce that as the prize if you do.
Well, what do you want? I'll get you some chomps from downstairs. You like beef sticks?
Let's go back.
No, thank you. Not for a fart.
Good for you. Let's go back to. Let's see what.
I'm gonna buy her farts.
Let's see if there's more flirtation, or if we're gonna get to the bottom.
Oh, there's gonna be more flirtation.
What's going on here?
Yeah, I mean, just logically, good to see you. Just logically, that explanation does not make any sense. Did the FAA authorize the ones that buzzed Langley for 17 nights in a row, or the untrackable drones that infiltrated 3 U.S. and UK air bases for weeks? Why were the drones not affected by anti-drone technology? Did the FAA issue flight restrictions if they authorized this? If these were approved tests, why did the FAA, DOD, FBI, or anybody else, why didn't they tell us that for months? It's an absolute whitewash. It's sad to hear. I was disappointed we didn't get any true answers this time.
Wow.
Not a single, all the pod people and all the real truth seekers who are anti-legacy media, not a single question, because they think that people like you are tinfoil hat kooks, and this is beneath the dignity.
Who's he talking? I don't understand.
He's projecting through Jeremy.
Well, I thought the anti-legacy media people were also. So there is pro-legacy media, there's anti-legacy media, and then there's also tinfoil hat people.
Correct.
Because I thought they used to say that the anti-legacy media people were the tinfoil hat people.
Not anymore. You got to keep up.
It's changed.
Oh.
And that press room's about to change too.
Oh yeah,
they're letting Theo in there. They said, right?
Anybody? Yeah. Social media.
We got a podcast.
Influencers.
What about if you have
content creators?
What if you have a big kind of wrestling podcast?
Yeah, I think you could apply.
You can apply.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say when I saw that, when he said we're open to podcasters and social media people and everything, all I could think about was lazy eyewitness news could do a lot of good in the White House press room. I mean, do you understand? Interrupting a White House press briefing to insist upon once again asking about the Epstein homicide.
Oh, we are waiting for documents to be released.
Well, and who's going to hold their feet to the fire on that?
Lazy eyewitness news.
That's right.
I mean, we do work for a big company. You could apply for it.
I don't see why it would go. What could go wrong?
I mean, I was going to suggest sending Nico, because I know he has questions.
Nico.
I'd like to know what the administration would do for a free prize.
Okay, that's a good one, too. Or maybe we send old baby Frankie. Pork roller Taylor ham.
That would do a lot for me.
So that, so I think we catch the gist. I think this is now where they've set up the premise of the interview, and they'll just keep repeating that same point over and over for the next 7 minutes or so. But did you see what Mick West said?
He was pissed because that is correct, but they're also saying that it was also planes and helicopters.
Right. Mick West said it was, not only was it bullshit like they said it was bullshit at the press briefing, but it was even more bullshit than that. Like, he's like, we didn't disprove it enough. He said, is that the?
I don't know, you tell me. Is it this one? 13 hours? Yeah, that's got to be it, right?
Well, he said something. It could have even. There it is. He said, this statement on mystery drones misses the point. Yes, the actual drones that were observed, they were FAA authorized or hobbyist drones, excuse me. But the vast majority of the reported drone sightings in New Jersey were actually, as the FBI and DHS confirmed, misidentified planes. He loves being like, no, the problem is you're stupid. Mick loves doing that.
And they're clearly not airplanes.
He said most of them are airplanes.
And I love the attitude. You have to admire that.
Mm-hmm.
To be like, they're clearly not airplanes. And he's like, hey, stupid. Those are airplanes. And if you think otherwise, you are a fucking idiot.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
You have to appreciate that.
It's like, well, that one's obviously not an airplane. No, stupid. That one's a helicopter. You idiot.
Well, how come you don't appreciate it when I call you an idiot?
Yeah,
because there's just an amount of dickheadedness in it.
I see.
And it's not a joke. There's some real venom.
What?
In it.
Yeah, I think there is. And he also doesn't have the field of expertise or the years of study that Mick West has.
That's correct.
He's just an idiot. He's just an asshole over there.
Point taken.
Yeah. So Mick West is saying. And no, he says, this is not an admission that there were swarms of car-sized drones doing research over New Jersey. The DoD in 2024, a combination of lawful, commercial drones, hobbyist drones, and law enforcement drones. White House 2025, research and various other reasons, hobbyist, recreational, and private drones. Same thing, except the White House missed out on manned fixed-wing aircraft, helicopters, and stars mistakenly reported as drones.
Great.
Which was actually most of them, he said. Now, look, I'm not going to sit here and pretend I didn't see, like, when it got real hot,
yeah,
when it was like, first phase was like, no, there's real drones because everybody's talking about it, and it hadn't become a thing yet.
Right.
Once it became a thing and everybody was seeing them, I absolutely, on like the Ring doorbell app, I don't know if you get connected to other people in your neighborhood.
The neighborhood app.
Yeah, so they can post.
Neighborhood Watch, I think they call it.
Right. So yeah. But like when they were posting drones, there were absolutely people in the neighborhood that were posting pictures of stars.
In your neighborhood?
Oh yeah, it happened. Now,
are you like, hey, stupid, that's a star?
That's what I said. I said, hey, you idiot, that's a star. Now, the idea that most of the drones that people were like, that's an SUV-sized drone, and then you can say, no, you idiot, that's a star in the sky. I don't think that that's entirely fair.
But people love Mick West. They, whatever he says is the law. So
people also love Jeremy Corbell. People love whoever.
Everybody's invested.
People are invested, and people love who agrees with them with fervor. You know what I mean? When you could be like, not only am I right, but you're wrong, and I'm smart, and you're dumb.
Yeah.
People like that.
Of course.
It was mainly stars and planes.
I mean, isn't that crazy?
It's a little condescending.
And then in the comments, they'll be like, Mick, you fucking idiot. Like,
they'll say that?
And he won't even like respond, or he'll say something just stupid and ridiculous. And it's like,
okay, you said initially they were just planes and there were no drones. This is one of the repliers. Clearly there were drones, and clearly they were a significant size and close to people's houses. There's video evidence of these. And Mick said, no, there is not. None of the supposed large drones turned out to be large drones. So he's saying there are no SUV drones.
Right. But there's video of it, and people clearly have seen them.
Well, Mick said there's not. Maybe there's not.
This is wild.
I do love that that's like how deep the argument goes. It's like some people will go, clearly these are aliens. And then go, nope, that's the government. And the government will say, no, that's just us researching. And then another person will say, nope, even that's not true. It's a star. And you're like, okay, whatever you want to believe. Yeah. And it doesn't matter because then people will just say something else ridiculous next. You're never going to get the answer on any of it.
No.
None that will actually like satiate you anyway. Scott in Virginia.
Hey, Sam.
Hey, bud.
Maybe you can get the interview of that new press secretary telling us why the price of eggs are up so much.
Did she talk about the eggs yesterday?
Yeah, she did. That hot piece of ass of hers.
Okay.
She did.
All right, good. Thank you, Scott.
Find the clip.
Okay,
Yep.
yeah. I think we've got it here. They did bring up because they said, right, that was another day one.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have much less expensive eggs, which I was literally at the supermarket yesterday.
Were they expensive?
I had to give my firstborn.
It's crazy.
I didn't leave my child at the cash register.
They're literally here in the city. It's almost $10.
That's what I'm saying.
For
$10 an egg?
$10 for a dozen.
That's almost $1 an egg.
How are you buying eggs? Go to the
hot dog. Grab Mike, buddy. You think he's out of his mind? You think he's stupid?
Remember where we did the photo? Remember
genuine curiosity. That's insane.
Do you remember where we did the grocery shop that we did the photo shoot?
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, you're also probably buying that's a crazy.
I'm in New York City.
You think he's
like eggs, a dozen eggs are like $4.50 or something like that.
Where?
Any other store except
you're
for that.
You're up in Bumblefuck Bronx or wherever.
Wait, how much?
You are a Bumblefuck.
It's like
Bronx.
$4.50 if I had to guess. $10, and so, you could just not buy those eggs.
I need to eat eggs.
Just go somewhere else.
That is not a good answer.
Okay, how much is
okay, at Target,
right,
in Staten Island,
okay,
where we are free,
right,
it is the land of the free.
12 count of grade A large eggs,
okay,
$4.59.
There we go.
Hot dog hit it by with nine. He hit it within a dime, bro.
However, they're out of stock everywhere.
Eggs?
Yeah.
But they're out of stock, or you just can't order them online?
That's just Staten Island, I guess.
Stock. We
No,
love
they're
our
out
eggs.
of stock everywhere.
Yeah.
Trader
Really?
Joe's in New Jersey.
No eggs.
No eggs for like a few weeks.
It's insane.
People are so excited that the egg prices are finally down.
They're taking full advantage.
Troy said they're $10.
Hot dogs said they're $4.50.
Oh my gosh. See, this is why I get my eggs at Dunkin' Donuts. They cook it for you.
And
it's
hot
delicious.
dogs at Chisler, so he knows the price of things.
Bro,
Remember the shrimp?
The fact that hot dog hit the price of eggs within 9 cents is nuts. That's like the reverse of Bill Gates on Ellen. Like, I was really hoping hot dog was out of touch. I love it when hot dog's wrong. You know, this is one of the things. He hit it within 9 cents. He was like, it's about $4.50. He didn't even say it's like $4. He went, it's $4.50.
No, $10 eggs is like a flex at this point. You can't complain about a flex. Just go to another supermarket
eggs.
across the street.
I mean, unfortunately, where that supermarket is, that's the only.
That is
one
not the only supermarket in the neighborhood.
You're right. There's one another 15-minute walk.
Oh.
Wait, are they
15 minutes not that long.
Are they always 10, or is it just because of the bird
It's been going
flu?
up.
He's lying.
And it's like a nice neighborhood. The one that the
shops
supermarket
are
that
rich.
he's talking about. Yeah.
And it's a New York City.
Your racket is not. Your tax racket is not bracket.
Bracket.
Tax racket, exactly.
He said tax
This is
racket.
who we're talking
But it's not your tax bracket.
Hot
is what I'm
dog
saying.
runs a tax racket every April.
Just buy an 80 pack of eggs.
I already got my return, so.
You already got your return.
Oh yeah.
You are on it.
January.
I texted you guys last week.
No, I know.
I know.
I've never seen someone more excited to do taxes.
Yeah, no, $10 feels expensive. You go to Costco, you can probably get a ton of them. If they're in stock.
Let me check the Costco.
Is that what it is? Is the bird flu is getting them all out of stock?
Yeah, it's the bird flu.
Wow.
Let me check Costco.
Wow.
Eggs.
Yeah, because they said once Biden's out of office, they said Biden, for whatever reason, was purposefully making eggs expensive.
Is that what was happening?
That's what they said. They made it seem that way to me. And it seemed unnecessary.
And bacon.
Bacon. Oh yeah, breakfast is just.
Control.
It's like we said it was the most important meal of the day, and people are taking full advantage of that.
Yeah, you have to skip it because it's too expensive.
Too expensive. Lunch, on the other hand, cheap. Next to nothing. Eric in Colorado. What's up, Eric?
Hey, guys. So looking at the app for my local grocery store, I got 18 natural cage-free large brown eggs for $12.99. I can smuggle you guys a few. I think $16 for an 18 pack of eggs. I'll just load them up, bring them back to you.
That's also the highfalutin eggs. Those aren't just regular eggs.
And that's 18 of them.
Yeah. These are natural cage-free large brown eggs. See, in Colorado, just changed the law here recently that now we have to have the healthy eggs that, they're cage-free and whatnot. But, I can work you guys a deal here. Well, yeah, I can get you 12 for $9.
All right, I'm going to take your number, and we're gonna get back with you. Thank you, Eric.
But Trump also said they were going to lower the price of gas, and last week gas in this area spiked 60 cents a gallon before coming back down 15 cents.
Yeah.
It's probably bird flu.
It could be bird flu. Thank you, Eric.
And what happened to Drill Baby Drill? I thought that was day one.
Yeah, no, I thought that was day one.
A lot.
I thought that was day one of the first one, to tell you the truth.
Nothing's going down.
No. Gas prices actually were not that bad, before Trump took office.
Yeah, it's like $3 or something.
According to Troy, because he lives in the city, it's no, it's $9 a gallon.
No, I've been to the one place.
I've been to the one gas station on the island of Manhattan. It's $9 a gallon. I don't know if you guys have seen this.
They take you to the cleaner here with everything.
Well, they can.
They do. Well, you know why? Because a bunch of suckers live here.
Yeah. So they're like, hey, they're dumb enough to live here.
Right. A bunch of fools who go like this. Yeah, but the bodega's open 24/7, as if we don't have 7-Eleven in the suburbs.
Just get eggs from Wegmans or something.
You ever go to Weggies? Eggies at Weggies?
I'll go look at what they're probably pretty expensive there, too.
Isn't there a Wegmans in Astor Place?
Yes.
Yeah, you could probably just Uber it, too, and it's cheaper than $10.
Yeah, you'd make up the price of the Uber on your ridiculously expensive eggs.
Yeah, I would think.
Yeah. $4.50?
Yeah, plus shipping. You come out with $6.
Sure.
Come out with $6.
Yeah. Yeah, but we don't have that law in Colorado. I guess they have to get the expensive healthy eggs. I think in New York they put red dye number 3 specifically in the eggs.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I think so. Okay, is this our new press secretary explaining why eggs are not less expensive?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Eggs at Wegmans, $4.99.
Astor Place?
I don't know about Astor.
Well, you understand, Wegmans in the city is going to be more expensive. So, what the fuck do you idiots want me to do? You want me to drive to Bubble?
You are so aggressive.
Hey, how about this? Idiot, you made the choice to live in Manhattan because you're a dummy.
It's not even a Manhattan thing. It's a whatever the fuck eggs he's getting.
Because he wants to live in a cool neighborhood. He can't shut his bathroom door. Did you know that when Troy moves his bowels, he can't shut his bathroom door? Did you know that, Danielle?
I did not know.
Yeah, that's
true. You
true.
don't have to bring that up to her. There's no reason to bring that up.
That's true.
We'll find out eventually.
Yeah.
And he lives with his fiance, and neither one of them can shut the door when they move their bowels.
Wow.
But guess what? But he lives in a cool neighborhood.
It's like the equivalent of crop dusting in a different
That's right.
font.
Well,
that's right.
It's worse for her than it is for me.
That is a pattern that I am realizing. You pay a lot for eggs. You complain about your apartment. You live in a closet, but you don't have to live like that.
Well, you do too.
I do not. I'm pretty spacious.
And you have 2 roommates.
No, he lives in the. No. You're Mike. It's not a closet. It's the closet.
I'm sorry, it's the headphones.
No, it's cool.
$5.79 for eggs at Astor Place. $10.
He's been paying double for his eggs because he wants to shop in the cool place. Doesn't seem so cool anymore, does it?
No.
I'm sorry, bud. You got a lot to deal with today.
I got a lot of heat coming down on me today.
Well, you're all over the map.
When you're saying eggs are $10.
Plus, you've been the one over there. You've been hot take Troy today,
right?
And that's gonna, and I appreciate it. I don't mind a hot take, but
the heat is gonna come back to me.
Yeah, it is gonna come back.
Well, now we got to the bottom of it. I'll go shop at Wegmans. Pre-pandemic, they were like $1.99 for eggs, but
I'm not. Yeah, okay, that's true.
So
yes. Plus, you go to Wegmans, you're gonna get a lot of good stuff.
I love Wegmans
and just have a great experience.
Yeah,
it really is.
It is the best.
Publix is better, but we don't have a Publix.
Right. And he's complaining about it, hot dog again. He's I would love to do this, but we don't have it where I live.
Go to ShopRite.
The fuck is there a ShopRite?
He's just furious.
It's just stupid. You're just saying stupid shit.
Dude, hot dog. By the way, hot dog, what's your problem? ShopRite?
Yeah.
You come in here with that dumb shit?
Who told you to come in here anyway?
Yeah, why are you here?
I got a badge.
They didn't turn it
Hot
off.
dog, you're welcome anytime you'd like.
Troy, do me a favor. Check those egg prices at Publix this weekend.
I will.
All right.
Okay.
You going this weekend?
Yeah.
Let's hear.
That added nothing.
Yeah, let's do an innocuous question hour. Let's hear what let's hear what this what our press secretary has to say.
Christian Day Talk.
Thanks, Caroline. Just real quick, you mentioned the inflation executive order the president signed, but egg prices have skyrocketed since President Trump took office. So what specifically is he doing to lower those costs for Americans?
Really glad you brought this up because there
psyched.
is a lot of reporting out there that is putting the onus on this White House for the increased cost of eggs. I would like to point out to each and every one of you
she's
that
hot.
in 2024, when Joe Biden was in the Oval Office or upstairs in the residence sleeping, I'm not so sure.
Why?
egg prices
Can you pause for a second? Why?
All right, we're coming in hot already.
But why?
That's very Trump.
But the election's over. Like,
No,
why? What purpose does that serve?
Sam, you take shots forever.
But why? I mean,
Because
it's
it's funny.
Be the better person.
No, there is no better
just
person.
not nice. It's like, why?
Or upstairs sleeping.
Yeah, old Sleepy Joe's at it again. What are you talking about? He's not even. He's at home.
It's gone.
He wrote you a letter. It's over.
That's not the way this works. You take shots forever.
So you could deflect.
Exactly.
I know eggs are expensive, but what about? Remember that guy sleeping upstairs? Am I right?
Glad you brought that up. Remember the other guy? He sucked.
President Trump, what should we do if the price of eggs is brought up? Make fun of Sleepy Joe.
A lot of reporting out there that is putting the onus on this White House for the increased cost of eggs. I would like to point out to each and every one of you that in 2024, when Joe Biden was in the Oval Office or upstairs in the residence sleeping, I'm not so sure, egg prices increased 65% in this country. We also have seen the cost of everything, not just eggs. Bacon, groceries, gasoline have increased because of the inflationary policies of the last administration. As far as the egg shortage, what's also contributing to that is that the Biden administration and the Department of Agriculture directed the mass killing of more than 100 million chickens, which has led to a lack of chicken.
Why didn't anybody tell me about that? They killed all the chickens?
How come we didn't know Biden was killing chickens?
I had no idea. For what? For what reason? Just because?
Chicken genocide?
I didn't realize there was a chicken genocide. And she just says it like, by the way, this happened. I had never heard about that. I have no idea why that would happen. Was that bird flu related?
I don't know.
I didn't know he did that.
Poor chickens.
I don't understand how he could have been sleeping at the residence and also doing a chicken genocide.
I mean, Biden was doing some crazy shit.
But it feels like the chicken genocide would be like, there's a lot of effort that have to be put into that to make sure.
You gotta be awake for that.
Yeah, you can't do both. You can't be Sleepy Joe and Chicken Genocide Joe.
Well, you could be awake for like an hour and give the order.
That's true.
I don't think Joe Biden was actually there killing the chickens.
You don't think they did it in like that military room, like downstairs?
The situation room?
Yeah, they have the situation room where they have the table and the big screen, and they were watching the chickens on the farms. Like when they're watching the military actions.
When they were watching Bin Laden get killed?
Right, like Obama got to watch Bin Laden, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure that Joe Biden was down there going like, I want to see the chickens get killed.
And it was all at the same time.
I want to see him suffer.
Oh yeah, it was probably like multi-screens. You know what I mean? Like all at the same time. We have to hit this all at once. Because let me tell you something. These chickens, they're clucking. They're talking to each other.
They talk.
Yeah, we can't let them know that this is happening because there'll be an upheaval.
No more talkie.
Right. Like, can we eat the chickens? No. We're nuking them.
No.
The mass killing of more than 100 million chickens, which has led to a lack of chicken supply in this country, therefore a lack of egg supply, which is leading to the shortage. So I will leave you with this point. This is an example of why it's so incredibly important that the Senate moves swiftly to confirm all of President Trump's nominees, including his nominee for the United States Department of Agriculture, Brooke Rollins, who is already speaking with Kevin Hassett, who's leading the economic team here at the White House, on how we can address the egg shortage in this country. As for costs, I laid out the plethora of ways that President Trump has addressed saving costs for the American people over the past week. He looks forward to continuing to doing that in the days ahead. Thank you guys so much.
No more questions. Did you just say Biden was killing all of the chickens? No more questions.
Hang on, 100 million?
Yeah. This should distract you from the drones.
Biden was doing some crazy shit when he was in office.
I mean, I guess, but I've been ordering 20 pieces from McDonald's on the reg. They've had no problem filling those nugget orders.
I mean, I think that's yoga mats.
I get you. The pink goo. There hasn't been a shortage on pink goo.
There's no shortage on.
As long as we still got pink goo, I'll be fine.
Biden was given $50 million worth of condoms to Gaza.
That's not true.
That's what she said. I mean, we have to believe what she said.
We have to believe what she said. Listen, if the drones were FAA approved by the government, then Biden killed 100 million chickens. Period. Right? You can't believe one thing and not the other.
And the condoms.
And then
And
you
the
have
Gaza
to believe
condoms.
everything that Biden's press secretary said.
That's right.
If you're going to be like, well, they said it.
And let's go back a step further. Who's before that?
Trump.
And that means we believe
everything that
Sarah Huckabee Sanders
I
said.
see where you're going.
See, it always comes back to her, doesn't
Yes, it does. Yes, it really does. Why'd he kill all those chickens, man?
That's a great question.
Like, we need the chickens. I eat chicken every day. Every day I eat chicken.
I love chicken.
It's so good. So much protein. Do you think, Mike, you know how important protein is?
Very important.
Do you think that it is trying to deteriorate the masculinity of Americans by trying to decrease their protein?
You know, I was giving this a long, hard think because remember Michelle Obama had that Meatless Monday program.
Yeah, she was trying to get people to eat vegetables.
Well, no, but they weren't eating protein with those vegetables.
That's terrible.
It was meatless.
Right.
It's not good for gains.
You're all about the gains.
Biden is just an extension of the Obama administration.
So you think that this is an active effort to decrease gains?
This is the culmination of a now decades-long war on gains.
Do you think that if we saw like documents that were declassified and said there was a secret war on gains, you would not be shocked?
None of this would shock me because I think it probably goes hand in hand on the war on tackle football that was being waged when all of those bogus concussion stats came out.
I think a lot of them were true.
No.
Oh, okay. Because I saw a Will Smith movie.
No.
He seemed okay.
Our heads are all fine.
Okay.
That in conjunction with each other. You have to remember that a lot of these Democrats, they're very Euro, they're very lefty.
I forgot about the Euro Democrats.
What sport did they like over there?
Football.
Soccer.
Yeah. We call it soccer here.
So that's what this is.
Corrected me. It's actually soccer.
This is a widespread conspiracy
Wow.
to attack American masculinity and particularly the sport of tackle football.
You don't think it's bad that the high school kids are getting concussions?
Well, they got to learn the game somehow.
Right. Yeah. Because they could go to, like, it's like long-term damage and just to, like, get hit with that. Like, literally their brains are still being developed and bruised at the same time.
As long as you stop that carrier short of the line to gain, you did good.
See, you put things into perspective. Sometimes I misweigh the importance of certain things happening. That's true. Okay.
You were just supporting the tush push 2 days ago.
Not in high school. I'm anti high school tush pushes. Pro. Once you get into the NFL, it's like, I mean, what are you doing with your post NFL career anyway? You know.
All right.
Tom Brady's already the broadcaster. Those jobs are taken. Brian in Florida.
Good morning, boys. How you doing? Wanted to give you guys an update on the eggs here in Florida because I know we didn't trust Troy to do his job and come back on Monday with it.
Correct.
So we're looking at $8.29 a dozen for large eggs, if you can even find them. Half of the Publix have signs up. Sorry for the inconvenience. We are out of eggs. Nothing on sales.
Oh.
29
for the jumbo eggs.
No, jumbo. The 24 eggs.
$8.29. Yep.
For a dozen or 24?
For a dozen eggs, $8.29 for Publix brand.
That hurts.
It's a lot of money. A lot of money for breakfast.
I don't believe that.
Plus, these kids don't finish their eggs. I'm like, you have no idea. You're eating this out of house and home. You want me to throw out? You had 2 bites of this egg.
Troy, give me a zip code down there. Any zip code.
I don't know. Can't do it. Can't name a single.
Wish I could help you. All right.
Well,
what's the one Pitbull's always yelling about?
That's an area code. 305. Yeah, because you're thinking you go 305 and then what's the rest of it? Worldwide is the rest of it. Yeah.
I'll just put in Disney Worlds.
What zip code is 305 worldwide?
All right.
Where did they say Dale?
Publix. Eggs. 12 large.
Oh, the anticipation.
Oh, there's no price.
There's no price.
They're out. That's what
Order
they're trying
ahead.
to say.
You know why?
Huh.
Who's laying them?
Chickens. They're
Yeah,
buying
nobody is the answer.
Right. A dead chicken can't lay eggs, can it?
Exactly.
Oh, this Biden.
He fucked us good, didn't he?
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what I'm going to do on my way out. I'm going to kill all the chickens. Why, President Biden? I just want to fuck them over. Oh,
I love Publix.
All right, listen.
Okay, relax.
I can't wait to slam a pub sub. Buffalo chicken pub sub. That's my jam.
You're going to get Hot Dog asking you questions.
You got 603 for 12 eggs and Publix for pickup.
603?
Dude. Still 50 cents an egg.
When I went down there for the pandemic, they were literally like $1.99.
That was years ago.
I mean, 5 years
It's
ago.
just standard inflation.
Yeah, things just go up. It's normal.
Yeah. It's tripled in price.
Everybody's paychecks going up?
Yes.
Not mine.
Triple.
I can tell you mine, no.
Yeah.
That kind of inflation, it's
In
not...
fact, I would argue less.
That would be great. Here's your cost of living increase, 40%. Oh, all right. Look, we got into the bottom of all of it. I'm glad. I hope everybody feels smarter for it. Hot Dog is here, and we may need... I mean, I know I said I was going to talk about this Jerry Springer documentary, and we still should. But also, Hot Dog has been wanting to give us an update on... he's our senior goon correspondent on the Goons on Twitter. Hot Dog has really been wanting to give us an update on what's going on with the Goons on Twitter right now. Is that right, Hot Dog? You've been wanting to do that?
Like I mentioned before, there's been some negligence on the show not covering the story.
Right. He feels like there's been a ongoing story that's been lacking. We covered so much. We're talking about the eggs. We're talking about Billy Corgan and Bill Burr. We're talking about everybody except...
Nautica Malone.
You know his name.
I don't know who that is. Maybe we'll find out. Stay right there.
We'll be right back with Sam Roberts Show. You're back with Sam Roberts Show.
And he walked in on the two of them together.
Yeah.
And he was like, this is too much. Like, it's gotten too dark. We've gone too far down this rabbit hole. And he said he walked off the show and just quit like that moment. He didn't come back to work. He was just done. Except then in like the little font under it, it says he then came back to work a year later, worked that like he did go back. He did go back. But I mean, it was really, it's just watching that part was like, oh, it made my skin crawl. And then listening to the executive producer too, who took all the blame. It is interesting that like, I think we all.
You think he found that as blame?
The executive producer?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I mean, I think he reveled in it.
No. The executive producer took all the blame for what the show was. Meaning, however, not like, yeah, if you have a problem with what this show is, I did that.
He took the responsibility.
He took the responsibility.
Because I don't think
that's a better word. No,
I don't
you're
think
right.
he thinks it was bad.
No, I don't think so either. I don't think so either. I don't think he thought it was bad then. I don't think he thinks it's bad now.
No.
Smoking a stogie the whole time, letting people know, like, look what I did. They had, like, interview footage of him from the era where he was like, there is no line. If I could murder a guy on television, I would murder him. Whereas, like, you know, now that we're really pedal to the metal on this version of the radio show, I would like to say that even if Sirius was like, if you need to murder someone to get the numbers up, that's fine with us. I go, nah, I'm having a crisis of conscience, to tell you the truth. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do the murder. Might pass that one off to old Trav. Maybe Trav can handle that.
I'll tell you what. I finished watching that documentary, and the first thing I thought was like, wow, I'm never going to be as great a producer as they were.
That guy is a great producer. Not only is he a great producer, but he made it so like Jerry Springer for the rest of his life could plead ignorance.
Yep.
He's like, yeah, this show is fucking nuts, dude. I don't know what's going on. I got these index cards. I got this suit. I don't know, man.
I'm just telling people to be kind to each other.
That's all I'm doing. And they're like, didn't you have a threesome with some of the guests? And he's like, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you with that. But if we can get back to the content of the show, that is that guy, the producer over there. And then the producer just sits back with his cigar going like, yeah, that's me. That's 100% me. Here's what drove me crazy though about the doc. And I was like, I don't know if I can categorize take this seriously at all. They go, okay, because this was part of it, right? When Jerry Springer was on, when it got to like its peak, I would say, this whole wave started going, the whole thing set up. You know, all the news shows, the Inside Editions, they started saying Jerry Springer's completely set up, and they were like interviewing guests on the show that were saying, yeah, they told us what to say, they told us what to do. And so they tackle that in the doc, obviously. They go to the producers and everything, and they go, hey, you know, people started saying it was set up. Was it set up? And everybody on that documentary goes, yeah, I can't believe people said that. It was not set up. And I go, what? And they go, yeah, no. Everything on the show was legit. It wasn't set up at all. And I go, that's complete bullshit. Like, clearly, the vast majority of that show was set up.
You think the majority was set up?
Yes, the majority of the show was set up.
Always.
Yes, especially when it got hot. Especially when it got to, like, we beat Oprah. Because that was a big thing for them. That they actually beat Oprah, which was unfathomable. It wasn't
physically.
Right.
That could have happened on the show.
I mean, on the show, if Oprah had come on that set, it would have happened. But no, they beat her in the ratings, and that was a goal that they wouldn't have even have had. It's such an impossibility.
Well, then what about the murder?
What murder?
What murder? He was the greatest guy around.
I mean, doesn't that lend something,
I think,
to the claim that it was real?
I think that there are some scenarios where they got some of the more, and by the way, like if you look at that scenario, so the murder, what murder? That was a guy who was like said he was cheating on his new girl with his ex or whatever.
Yeah.
Like those shows, the I'm cheating on you with her shows. Mm-hmm. I think that it's possible that they really found people that were cheating on each other, and the stuff that was not.
I don't think it's possible. It's definite. Like there's a person murdered.
I don't know what murder he's talking about. But no. I'm saying in general, like those, like thematically, those shows.
Like the I'm in love with a horse. That's obviously real.
I mean, he was making out with them.
He was making out with that horse.
I mean, a lot of people have done a lot of things with animals on camera. It doesn't mean they're in love.
So you think it was more of a lust situation?
I think it was a lust. I think it was a lust at first sight. No, I think that in scenarios that are a little bit more typical, like the I'm cheating on somebody shows, that may or may not have resulted in a murder.
Did. He went to jail.
Well, we don't know if it was because of the show.
Oh.
That's neither here nor there. They didn't say that was because of the show. And Jerry Springer was like, nah, dude. Jerry Springer's defense of everything. No matter where you got him. You could get him before Congress. You could get him before the press. You could say there was a murder. Every single time he'd go, come on, guys. TV show. What are we doing?
Or he would say, if I really thought that, I wouldn't do the show anymore.
And then they go, well, the evidence shows that Jerry Springer is still doing the show. So clearly... The murder is because of something else.
That's just a domestic dispute.
Was it after the murder too that he was like there was heat coming down him, so then he went to a swinger resort?
That was mere coincidence. That was so funny.
He went to a swinger resort. They all
the show. So like when they were worried that they were going to get summoned into court, they moved the show to hedonism in Jamaica.
They explained that it takes so long to like.
They
book
were like,
that.
Come on.
It was way planned in advance.
But this is how you know. They go like this. Do you really think we would do that? It's like, we're not denying that we did it. It's like, we really think we would do that? It's like, well, I guess, yes, I definitely do think you did that.
Pretty smart.
Yeah, it really was. When the murder, like when everything was going down, they were like, let's do not one show, several weeks of shows from hedonism. Jerry, get in the hot tub. Jerry's like, we're not trying to avoid a murder trial, are we? They're like, Jerry, what have we told you about asking questions?
Yeah,
sorry.
Just get in the hot tub.
Take the index cards. Here's the cards. No, I think they're like typical cases like that where it's like, so-and-so is cheating on so-and-so. Sure. You can find people that are cheating on each other. But even in those scenarios, I think that the guests were heavily coached. And you could tell,
obviously.
You could tell they were heavily coached because that poor woman who got murdered, they were like, hey, guess what? If you don't get back on set, you're going to have to ask a homeless guy for money so you can take the bus home because we're not flying you back home.
Oh, that's so fucked up.
That's fucking crazy.
I mean, I agree with that, but there's footage of producers like coaching them on like how to be angry and like, no, you want to fight. You are so mad.
Right.
Like, they were obviously coached.
I mean, but I think as the show took off, there was more and more coaching and less recruiting until eventually, they were just like making up shows. And
it just became fighting.
Exactly. And I think people also got so obsessed with the show that people would make up scenarios. They would just lie.
Yes.
And that the producers, anybody would know they were lying. The producers knew they were lying and were like, fuck it. Like, we got to do 5 shows a week. Like, I don't care. Are you going to go on stage and say you're lying? No. Okay, so good. You're on the show. That's what I think was going on. But I think that they knew, every single person on that show was well aware that I believe the majority of those shows were completely fixed. Wow. Which is fine, by the way. Everybody's got to get a lot more comfortable with the idea that most entertainment is fixed. NFL, whatever you're watching. Like, just get comfortable
Only
with
certain games.
Yeah, but Super Bowl is one of them.
For sure.
This year.
Yes.
And the last two. So, like... yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with it, but I do have a problem. That's why I like wrestling. Wrestling, they'll be like, yeah, this is what we're doing, dude. They're not going to go, no, they really didn't like each other.
They used to.
Yeah, in the 1950s.
Like, and 80s.
Not in the
80s. Definitely the 80s.
They literally...
I thought it was real in the 80s.
Yeah, well, guess what? You probably just found out the other day. You think aliens are real.
It was definitely like that in the 80s.
Bro, they literally went out on the news in the 80s and they were like, we're trying to get away from some of this heat. This is not a real sport.
Yeah, but he didn't let good guys and bad guys hang out together in public.
Suspension of disbelief. Come on, dude.
Dr. Death smacked that guy and almost killed him. That was like 90-something.
First of all, it wasn't 90-something. Second of all, it wasn't Dr. Death. It was Dr. D. David Schultz.
Okay.
It was in the 1980s.
They were still protecting the sport.
Yeah, because they were fucking lunatics in the sport. But again, I'm talking about today. I'm talking about literally, I just watched a documentary on Netflix that just came out that they were like, the Jerry Springer show is 100% real. If I watched a wrestling documentary right now, if they put on that Vince doc and they were like, all this legal stuff is really tough for Vince, but the real battle was when him and Stone Cold were mad at each other. I'd be like, what the fuck am I watching?
It's two different things.
No, it isn't. Wrestling and Jerry Springer are two different things?
Yeah.
Incorrect. Okay. It's literally the same thing.
Well, how come Jerry Springer was never on wrestling?
He was. Multiple times. And actually fit like a glove.
All right, I forgot about that.
You know, the thing about when Jerry Springer would do wrestling shows, he didn't seem confused at all. He wasn't like, what are we doing here? That doesn't make much sense. He'd go like,
got it.
Oh yeah, this is just like my show.
Where's the hard camera?
Yeah, exactly. Who am I selling to? No, I'm just saying, like, could we not have said, yeah, we started faking shows? Do you think none of the shows were fake?
No, absolutely not.
Okay. No, meaning yes, some of the shows were fake.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay.
And I agree with you that the further they got, especially once they were on top, yes, a lot of those shows were definitely either completely fake or, like you said, they're just taking anyone saying anything so that they can get a fight on the air and have continued success.
Yeah, I don't think that they set out to do a fake show, but I think that at some point the expectations for the show got so large that they just felt the pressure and they were like, well, how do we guarantee that this is good? How do we guarantee that this holds up to what people want from a Jerry Springer show?
Yeah, like I don't think the majority of shows were scripted with hired actors, but probably some of them were.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I don't think they were necessarily hired actors because then you'd see them in other stuff and things like that. But I think it was like finding people, and I'm sure there were many scenarios where people came in as a guest and producers said, well, what if you said...
Yes, absolutely.
Well, what if we actually told a story that, oh, come on, it's TV, it's television. That, I think, is what was going on. And I think, if you talk to the non-murdered Jerry Springer show guests... A lot of them were
Which
probably...
the majority of them are.
Vast, by the way. That, you can't even. Vast majority. And how did Jenny Jones get, like, her whole talk show career ruined by a murder? But for Jerry Springer, it was just like, I don't know, he's in hedonism. Let's just wash this under the rug. And
well, it was part of the culture.
But Jenny Jones' murder was, like, around the same time.
Yeah, and she did not have a wild show like Jerry did.
I see.
It was almost like, oh yeah, someone got murdered from the Jerry Springer show. I get that.
So she wanted to be taken kind of seriously.
She was serious.
I see. And then they got a murder, and she was like, you can't.
It's like, you can't do that on a serious show.
And then they were like, Jerry, your show is like shenanigans.
Yeah. Jerry, where's the horse?
Right. He's going to kiss this horse.
Yeah. Also, there was a murder. It's like, yeah, of course there was a murder.
Do you think that guy was really in love with his horse?
I think I agree with you. I think it was more lust.
And when they were like, no,
good point you made.
We found this guy called the hotline, and he was like, I'm married to a horse. I was like, you're fucking bullshitting. Like, what are you talking about? No, he didn't. You bought a horse from a stunt place, and you had this weird old guy make out with it on TV.
I don't believe anybody would ever call a hotline and be like, hey, guess what?
I got some good stuff for your show. I'm actually married to my horse. If you want to come pick us up, we'll tell the story on TV. No, they didn't. And like, also when they were like, they do shows called "I Refuse to Wear Clothes," and it was literally Jenna Jameson. I mean, it was pornography stars saying, "I refuse to wear clothes." I go, this is not true. And they'd show, I remember these things.
It is true, factually.
And porn was hot then.
But they wore clothes when they weren't on set.
Okay, I'd like to say that this was real.
You have a rebuttal?
You want to say this is real?
Okay. If you remember in the documentary, they talk about the Springer Triangle.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, I remember the Springer
Okay, where
Triangle.
a lot of the people from the show come from this specific area of the United States. And if you guys have never gone to some of these areas, I mean, there are people that are in love with their animals. They're inbred, like, weirdos.
And they're calling, and look, to be fair, Jerry Springer was so crazy big at the time that even like inbred weirdos that were in love with their animals would have been watching that show and calling the hotline.
And been like, oh, I have something great for this show. I have an opportunity to get on television. He's a hillbilly from the middle of nowhere. And so it's
How
like,
dare you? Honestly, how dare
he
you?
doesn't, I mean, like, it's not like he has a reputation or a job.
Why does he want to be on He's got a cane and he's got those big old people sunglasses.
Because he's like, kind of R.
He's already kissing a horse. What do you mean? Why would he want to be on the show?
I mean,
because it's fake.
I think that he was on the show for another reason, and they were like, "Hey, we got this pony. Will you kiss the pony?" And he was like, and they were like, "We'll give you $200.
$200, okay.
We'll give you $200 right now." And he's like, "Here's my one caveat: is it cash?
It's cash.
yeah.
Are you going to 1099 me?
Because that's the thing. You're right. The Springer Triangle, but the Springer Triangle was also like, look, I don't know if you're going to work for the show, but if we give you $200 in cash right now, and we will also give you a return flight home, will you kiss this horse? 10 times out of 10, it's a yes.
For him.
Right.
Not for anybody.
But I mean, when you go, you get these porn stars to come on saying, I refuse to wear clothes.
Yeah, of course you do.
And then I remember these shows, and they would film like B-roll of them in the grocery store completely naked. And it's like, this isn't happening. This isn't a thing. Like, this isn't.
You only see them during porn. You don't see them in their regular
I know her from her work.
Sure.
And I know that there's no way she's living day to day. There it is. I refuse to wear clothes. It was a real thing.
Then where they get the B-roll from?
Right.
Exactly.
You don't think they might have shot that themselves?
She had to be naked in a grocery store somewhere.
Exactly.
Bro. You're saying those two girls lived their lives naked all the time. And they were also like hot strippers that just, do you think that they went to the strip club and were like, here's the only thing. I can't do the beginning of the dance because it requires that I start in clothes. And one thing I refuse to do is wear clothes. I mean, they'd be arrested constantly.
Is there an uncensored version of this?
Yes. They filmed these shows specifically so they could put out the VHS, Jerry Springer Too Hot for TV. And they didn't mention on that either. They were like, no, those were also real shows. Okay. It's Chris Kattan trying to figure out why his girlfriend's naked. I mean, come on. It's a documentary. And we're sitting there, and they said I was furious. I was furious watching it when they were like, I don't know why they said it was fake. I have no idea why they would say that.
And like, what's the point of defending that at this point?
I mean, you could just say, yeah, of course we stage shows.
We set everything up.
Right. Were you taking the mystique away?
You gotta protect the business.
Yeah, exactly. They are protecting the business. And now they're going to strip for your entertainment. And that's not their mom. This isn't a real thing. This scenario doesn't exist. Yes, it does.
Just shaking her head.
Somebody did an unboxing of the Jerry Springer
is.
DVD. I refuse to wear clothes.
I refuse to wear clothes on VHS. Amazing, by the way, that they had a show that was a show topic that was organic and real, that was perfect for an uncensored VHS release at the same time that Girls Gone Wild was popular. It's amazing that they found these people. I can't believe it.
Yeah, they did really step in it.
Like, I never thought that in 2025 I'd have to go on the radio and go, you guys know Jerry Springer's fake, right?
Are you surprised? Look at the guys you got around you. Myself included.
You just love living in the magic.
Yeah. That's why I go to Disney World so much.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys were all probably watching that doc going like this. I remember they said it was fake. That was bullshit. I knew it was real. They were always trying to take Jerry down with those bullshit accusations. Trevor in Canada.
Hey, man, did you know that Darby Allin, the wrestler from AEW, was on both Jerry Springer and Sex Sent Me to the ER?
I knew he was on Sex Sent Me to the ER. I did not know he was on Jerry Springer.
Yeah, he said on a bunch of interviews that he used to do that sort of thing with a buddy of his. When they needed money, they'd find a talk show and make something up and just go sell a story.
See? Thank you, Trevor. Darby Allin, professional wrestler. He needed some cash. So he just calls up, makes up a story, knowing they will fact check zero, and goes, yeah, I'll just say this dumb shit on TV, of course.
It's maybe negligence on their part, but not necessarily fake.
Okay, Ja.
Yeah,
okay, Ja Rule.
Charlatans about conning the production staff.
Right. You think that the production staff simply had the wool pulled over their eyes
Absolutely.
by untrustworthy guests?
Absolutely.
False advertising, maybe.
He also appeared on TLC's Sex Sent Me to the ER, where he claimed to have been stung by bees in a forest.
It's not true.
What? I see it. It's right there.
They're still doing this too. They're like, do you have any of like the documentation from the hospital? No, I don't. Okay, cool. We'll put you on TV. And if anybody asks, we're going to tell them, no, dude, this is 100% legit.
He said, I made up this fake story, forged a doctor's note that it had happened. Because they actually asked, did it really happen?
See? And he's like, here's a note.
I was like, yeah, here's a note. I met the girl on Craigslist. She was an aspiring actress. We came up with a story. The day we shot is the first day I met her. Blah, blah, blah.
They can't keep getting away with this.
It's like $500 or $800 to do the show. They flew me down to California.
$800?
Yeah.
All right, I got to start making up some stories.
I mean, this wasn't the 90s.
Yeah, this is like recent, right?
Yeah.
That's sent me to the ER.
High definition.
Yeah, that's widescreen. Look at that. That's 4:3, baby. 16:9. John in Virginia.
Hey guys, if you want to see Jerry Springer in real life, go up to the line of northern West Virginia, northern Kentucky, southern Ohio, southern Pennsylvania. Those towns could be their own dad. I don't know why.
Yeah, I mean, it is 100% representative of certain portions of the country.
Do you remember that movie, the
Wild
Whites of West Virginia?
Oh, yes.
I mean, that is Jerry Springer's shows right there.
Yeah. But they were never on the Jerry Springer show. I feel like Jerry Springer is based on a true story, which is the Wild Whites of West Virginia. Yeah.
The guy was like, what, a tap dancer or something?
Something like that, yeah.
And they did the whatever the town was, the mating call, and they shook the bottle of Vicodin.
Yeah.
I mean, those are real people.
Yeah, those are definitely real people.
I mean, we literally, and God rest his soul, I love Jerry Springer, the best. He came into our studio and he said, the great part about Judge Jerry is these are real cases. I was like, okay. Yeah. And then we saw Mike Boschetti on the show. We're like, what the fuck are you talking about? You don't have to lie. Sandy Kane was on the show.
Mike talked all about, they gave me $100.
Yeah, he did. Mike Boschetti completely exposed them.
Yeah, I just had to say this.
I mean, Jerry Springer had a product to sell. He sold
but why do they gotta do this?
Because if Jerry Springer went on and it was promoting a show and was like, hey, just so you know, this is all fake.
Okay, but then why do they go like, hey, remember that show 20 years ago? Why can't they now say, of course we made it up?
Maybe they're under contract.
You think they're under a lifetime contract?
You can never, until the day you die, say that this was fake.
Who knows? Maybe they were making stupid money. It's like this for your lifetime. You have to say this is real.
I think they took pride in it.
Yeah, probably.
I think they took pride in it. They want people to believe I think they feel like there's like there's a sense of legitimacy to it if it's not set up. I don't think it makes a
maybe
difference.
On their deathbed. Maybe they'll.
Do you think on their deathbed?
Yeah,
maybe. That's how we'll get the guy who assassinated Kennedy too, right? Deathbed.
Yep. Remember that?
Maybe.
We're waiting.
We'll get it. It's in the docs. So yeah, look. As far as the Jerry Springer doc goes, it's fun.
It's fine.
Nostalgia trip.
Yes.
A little dark.
Yes.
Not a ton of new information.
No, it was a easy watch.
It was an easy watch.
Yeah.
Full of shit. Yeah. I mean, we don't need the Jerry Springer show anymore because we have real life. We were saying, Hot Dog, you were saying that we had neglected our duties as a show because we hadn't been covering. First, there was and I don't know, I mean, it's a little distasteful to even say, but there was a Goonicide. Unfortunately. Rest in peace, God rest his soul. Yeah. And then over the weekend, there was an all-out. There was a Gooneral.
There was a Gooneral. Yeah.
So first of all, Hot Dog, explain to me what is a goon? Like, what makes a goon?
Well, so an article that I read actually had a proper description for gooning, because you never know.
Because you had said that you thought Troy was somewhat of a goon himself.
Yes.
Okay. What is a goon? Danielle, have you heard of gooning before?
Like, not really.
Right.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
All right, Hot Dog, get to it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, being a goon is basically someone who excessively masturbates and can't.
Nice.
And just can't control themselves.
So you're saying the way Troy last week said that he was anti-erection now is because he was gooning.
And he's also talking about like clearing the fog,
right?
At the office, in the bathroom, like he's a certified goon.
I didn't realize that's what a goon was.
Right. See, all right, so here you go.
Okay, so that's the last thing you want to be.
All right, so gooning, the definition in this complex article is, this of course refers to the act of constant, nonstop self-gratification of the sexual variety. So,
right,
that fits into a T.
You're kind of a goon, dude.
It's prolonged edging.
Gooning is prolonged edging?
I got it totally wrong.
I don't think it's edging.
It 100% is.
You can goon off.
I've never heard what you are saying right now.
You can jerk off three or four times a day, and you're a goon.
You're supposed to be our senior goon correspondent.
Yeah. What's your source?
Urban Dictionary.
Urban Dictionary is the shit. Urban Dictionary is the shit. And you are, man, you are creeping out of the demo, huh?
Well, yeah, I'm going to complex instead. That's on me.
Since a gooning state can only be achieved after edging.
Oh, it can only be.
Yeah, you can only achieve gooning state.
Oh, I see. So that's why. Thank God for you, Travis.
I mean,
for keeping us hip.
I don't know why I got to do everything around here.
A little bit.
Hot Dog likes to use context clues and just try to use words and sentences properly and hope that nobody asks him to define what he said.
You said a bunch of words.
A prolonged state of masturbation.
No, you're right, except for the climaxing.
Yes,
I didn't know about that. You know what?
All right.
That's fair. That's fair.
I wasn't on Urban Dictionary.
You were in the ballpark.
A real man admits his fault.
I mean, is that, I guess, what he was doing in this parking lot? He was edging?
Nautica Malone?
Yeah. Say his name. Thank you.
Say his name.
Okay, so, and that's why it's called gooning, because you end up in kind of this trance where you're kind of like a goon. Okay, and this is how you would use it. When this state is achieved, the male becomes freed of all social codes of conduct, and his arousal alone dictates his reactions. This is exactly what you've been talking about, Troy. This is the fog. As a result, a gooned out man will become very expressive and demonstrative. He may become very vocal, while his body and face might take on undignified expressions and poses, all in response to the intensely exquisite caresses his penis is exposed to. Hence the term goon. Okay.
This seems like it's for the youth.
So if you're gooned out, I mean, it's a problem that has plagued generations. It's just the youth has defined it in a new way, I think.
We put a word to it.
Honestly, like, half the time that Mike is running the board, he looks gooned out.
Well, so it's just an erotic energy in this room.
Maybe that's what it is.
Not to.
Maybe that's what it is. Okay. So now that we all know what happened here, because gooning has gone full mainstream, because this gooning instance has kind of taken over a lot of social media activity. Is that right?
It's been mainstream for a long while.
Gooning?
Yeah, this is the first instance of a goonicide. a recorded one, at least.
Recorded goonicide. What is a goonicide?
When
all right, well, we should probably start at the beginning.
Okay.
The beginning of this video?
I mean,
Well, this, to
Before
my
we get to
knowledge,
the
yeah.
this is a drive-through that this young goon had frequented, correct?
27 years old.
So much left.
It was a bikini barista in Arizona.
Oh, come on. That's
So this is one of those places where,
tough.
everybody that's working there is dressed in bikinis.
I think it's a bikini.
You think it's a trap?
Oh, big time.
So
I don't know if it's a trap when you know exactly what's going on.
Well, what are you
in there.
supposed to do when you're driving through?
He's saying it's entrapment because it's like you can't say don't be a goon here, and we're giving you every reason to goon out.
I think you're supposed to do like what any normal person would do, which is be like, "Thank you very much for the coffee."
While they were in bikinis?
You're saying like
what do you do when you go to Hooters?
No, that's a great counterpoint.
I mean,
I don't go to Hooters because I try to contain myself.
Okay, then you have a problem.
I go to Hooters a lot. You know why?
For the chicken wings.
Wangs.
Yeah.
Am I right, Troy?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
They're some of the best.
And I find it to be delightfully tacky.
Zero gooning.
I don't. You will never catch me gooned out. Have you ever known me to be gooned out? Now, Troy, if you were in a goon state, say you're a younger man, not now.
Right.
Not now. You would never do this now.
No.
If you were in a goon state, could you see yourself like wandering over to the bikini barista?
Yeah, of course.
There also hasn't been like a photo of this barista like released, so we don't know what we were dealing with here.
We don't know.
Oh, the actual woman?
Yeah.
You want to know what she looks like?
Well, we need to know proper context.
You're starting to get a little goonish yourself.
Also, this guy clearly had no idea who he was going to be approaching in the window.
He's been there more than once.
He's definitely been there more than once.
Yeah,
she was ready.
So apparently, this gentleman, 27-year-old goon,
say his name,
Nautical Malone.
He had been to this bikini barista for more than once.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. The lady in the video.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
I mean, she was ready to be recorded.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong. He had a uniform, let's say, for every time he would go. Is this true?
I didn't read that.
Oh, did he?
Well, didn't he have no pants on?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like that was the uniform.
I thought you meant like a mustache.
No. He decided to go bottomless.
Okay.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you should.
What? I actually think they tell you not. They should say probably, even if you're in your own car.
That's right. Yeah, you're in your own car.
You have to wear pants.
Yeah, it's sexual assault.
There's a door there. You can't see what he's doing unless you reach over. So she kind of invaded his privacy.
Well, the window to his car is open and she's raised above him.
She had to walk over there to see that.
So if you ever got pulled over and you had no pants on, you'd be like, "Officer, this is my car. I can clearly."
I can
That's
do
against
this.
the law.
Yeah, bro.
All right.
You're in public, dude. It's not a domicile. It's a car.
If you leave your house and you go straight to your car, butt naked.
You have an indoor garage?
No, it's like right outside.
Still your property, but you are outside.
So,
I mean, look.
So if somebody gets arrested for masturbating in their car,
I don't think that's a law. I
think that's
absolutely a law.
I think that's fine. No, I think here's the thing. He clearly. This would be I mean, he was exposing himself to the barista.
Yeah, for a purpose.
Yeah.
Which that is illegal, immoral. That's bad.
Yeah, it's indecent exposure.
Is that the law?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the law. Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody knows.
That's indecent exposure.
Right, if it's public.
He's in public.
It says in your car, and then if someone can report you.
Yeah.
I stand corrected.
Danielle's still a little shaky on it. Still a little wiggle room on that, but yeah.
Hot dog, you shouldn't be learning about this in your mid-30s.
I don't even drive, so it's not like I don't know any of the car laws.
To be fair, he doesn't have a license, so he never got to that page of the DMV handbook.
You don't know much about car law.
No.
Yeah, no, trust me. They had a whole day, and drivers they have a whole day on this.
Oh,
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be 2 days now after this. All right, here's the video. This is the original video.
There he is. That's a nice car.
Hi, how are you? Good. Have you been here before?
Yeah.
Sir,
Oh, he's
you
got
need
no
to
pants.
leave. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Call 911.
So the gentleman showed up, and he was smiling. You know, he had a nice lineup
Happy.
and everything.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Probably got some stress off.
Look at that picture. She leaned into him. He had no pants on whatsoever. And he was smiling at her. She had her phone out. And she got aggressive and said, "You need to leave. You need to leave right now. Call 911. And it is amazing how quickly, and that's what they say, by the way, about all these people who do the exposure, the subway rubbers. You know, people like to rub on the subway.
I haven't heard that term.
Oh yeah, subway rubbers.
Jim used to talk about fraudage.
Fraudage, I guess. When you apparently, when you tell these people, I don't like what you're doing, it completely knocks them out of goon state. So this happened, you know, my wife is 5 feet tall on a good day. Little thing. When she was in college, she's in France. And she's on the subway in France. And this dude walked up to her. He started rubbing his little boner on her, you know, on a packed subway. And Jess turned around and she snapped around and she put her finger right up to his face and she just said, in the most her way possible, "Nobody likes that." And she said this dude just crumbled. Like the whole fantasy world he had created just completely crumbled. He was embarrassed. He wanted off the train immediately.
Because they're hoping that you're into it, or you're in this world with me.
Right, like you're in a goon state. As we now know. We didn't know back then.
No.
When she was in college, we didn't know what a goon was.
The goon state makes you weak.
It makes you weak.
If you don't get what you want.
It's very penetrable.
And you drive right away.
It's not a force field.
I mean, look at his eyes. Look chest up for a second.
She is, I'm going to tell you right
also,
now.
by the way, she is a manager because you could see her reflection in the car. She is clothed.
There's no bikini there.
No.
She has a full-on belt buckle on. That is not a bikini. Oh my! And
I mean, it looks like almost like a yearbook photo, or like it's just so innocent.
It's like Uncle Rico.
Yeah.
He's got no pants on whatsoever, though. You can see his legs.
We don't know that that's not a flesh bodysuit.
I can see the hairs.
Yep.
And he's gripping onto something.
Realistic.
Yeah, and he's got
some good grippage going on.
Right. The right hand is unaccounted for. Okay, now watch the facial expression change.
I'll just play the video.
Okay.
Sir, you need to leave. Unacceptable.
You see that? That's the moment it breaks. That's the moment.
You don't like this?
He's got this look at his face. I don't understand what's happened.
What?
I don't understand.
It's not anger.
No,
it's like the puppy dog face.
It's complete confusion.
Yeah, I thought I was doing a good thing.
Yeah, it's like when you yell at your dog and the dog's like, "What did I do? I don't
understand. Why are you hitting me with the newspaper?"
How can you tell me gooning isn't innocent when you see this guy's face?
Well, see, the problem is this guy's face is this, but you don't understand that he's made victims out of literally everyone around him.
And I don't think gooning has to be public.
No, this is.
She's making a bad thing about gooning.
Well, you can't be a goon lord if you don't do it publicly.
He's a certified lord. He's a lord.
Okay, so he splits.
Yeah.
He's gone. He can't believe what a negative reaction this woman is having.
The video goes viral.
The video goes super viral.
Very fast.
Yep.
Extremely quickly. I mean, it was group chat fodder. And then what happens?
And then January 11th, if I believe I have the date correct, he was found in his car, shot in the head, suicide, or goonicide, as they're calling it.
When you tell me that he ended his life, I go, for a second, I go like, oh man, that sucks. Like, if only he had,
Lost
like,
a good one.
if only, no.
That's a good one.
I go like, that's crazy. Like I wanted him to be embarrassed, but like, oh man, like he had so much life to live. And then one person says, yeah, goonicide. And I go, no, don't make a joke out of it. You completely knocked me out of it. I was being a human being for a second. The internet was, I was a human being for a second. And the internet was like, no. This is a funny thing.
This is goonicide.
No, it's not a funny thing. A man's life has ended. And they go, by how was the end? How was his life ended?
Gooning and a bullet to the head. Goonicide.
And now you've got people going, and it's not funny.
That's a woman.
You need to stop laughing.
Visited the goonicide.
Stop laughing. It's not funny. This is bad. This is what's wrong with kids today.
I mean, it's got to really suck for the people that are still that work there.
Well, they go out to Bikini Beans in Arizona there, and people are holding vigils for the goon. This is a real person with a family.
He's married.
With two kids. Yeah.
Imagine how his family feels that they got to move. They have to move.
Or they can honor his memory.
Like everybody else is doing?
Like everyone else. In fact, they had a statement too.
He left a note for his wife on his phone.
Wait, how old are the kids?
Very young, because he's like in his 20s.
Wow.
Okay, so here's a statement from the family.
Is gooning genetic or no? We don't know.
It's the research is
inconclusive?
Yeah, it's inconclusive. So the family said, though Nautica may not have liked being the center of attention, he deserved to have his long years of fatherly love honored. Read the obituary.
Fatherly.
He was a man of integrity, kindness, generosity, and left a lasting impact on everyone who knew him.
Wow. I mean, he did leave a lasting.
That is true.
Fuck. This is your fucking legacy, dude.
It sucks. It sucks. But at least.
Then why are you smiling?
Because it's funny.
I don't think it's funny.
The last goon.
Wait. What's going on here? There's a man.
Well, this is when they held the gooneral.
Wait. What's a gooneral?
A funeral for goons.
Where'd they hold it?
They held it in front of the
Bikini Beach?
Yeah. It lasted for 20 minutes until the cops arrived.
Like, you can't.
Goon.
I don't think it's funny.
He was goon.
He's got a candle. They got a spiritual candle for him.
They said goon too soon.
Goon
too soon.
Are they making statements?
Oh.
This is a human being.
She's a human being, and these poor females.
They're like, wait a minute.
They're like, what's going on out there?
They're like, are you mocking him or celebrating him? And
Yes.
because, that's it. All these kids, because this is how people are now, they're going, we don't know.
I'm not even too sure.
We don't know anymore. We don't know the difference between irony and reality. We don't know what we're doing, but
there's someone in there unironically celebrating.
Yeah, they don't know for sure. They're just going, this has legs. Let's keep this going. Oh my God.
Hallowed be thy day. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be served on earth as it is in
church. Did they say that?
Yes.
They will be church.
They will be churned.
Deliver us from the Gunaside. Amen.
Deliver us from the Gunaside. Amen. Amen.
When I say his name, you say Nautica. Say his name. Nautica. Say his name. Nautica.
Wait a minute.
Nautica.
Hato, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Is Nautica the new Harambe?
I think so. We're going to have to remember him every year.
Oh my God. Say his name.
They're both in heaven right now, rejoicing.
You think Nautica's in heaven?
Hanging out with Harambe.
Oh.
I mean, where else would he be?
I mean,
unless you're saying there's like a goon heaven.
I mean, I wouldn't want to hang out. If I was in heaven, I wouldn't want to hang out with goons in regular heaven. They're weird. You know?
Okay, so like dog heaven, we got goon heaven.
Goon heaven.
All right, these poor women.
Oh, no.
No, it's not continuing.
They're
pulling up at the drive-thru.
They're harassing these poor
Why? Why?
In his memory.
Wait a minute. The guy's got no pants on.
No.
He's showing up.
Well, he's got boxers.
He's showing up in his boxers. Just
I don't know. That could be that's a hoodie.
That's a hoodie.
I see the zipper right there.
I mean, this is so uncalled for.
Got a nice Mazda.
I mean, it's a Mazda. It's got his.
Hi, sir. How's it going?
Good. Do you have a water cup?
Good. You do have to purchase something.
I can't get a water
We
cup.
don't allow filming. Were you here last night?
No, what's that?
Yeah.
No, what's that? That's the most guilty thing I've ever heard.
Were you here last night?
No, what's that?
No, he thought they were going to say the Guna sign.
What's last night? I'm sorry. I'm unfamiliar. What's last night?
No, what's that?
I know tonight. What's last night? No, I wasn't here. What's that?
Were you here last night?
No, what's that?
Yeah. Go ahead and turn off.
I can't goon. I can't
fat goon.
What is he doing?
You killed that man. You killed that man. You killed that man.
This is totally unnecessary.
You killed that man. You killed that man.
He's got a hoodie.
You killed that man.
He's taking it too far.
R.I.P. Nautica. You killed that man. You evil, sick fuckers.
I mean, he's taking it too far.
Way too far.
It's a little far.
It's a little far. Why you take it this far?
It's got a Nautica hoodie. You see the back of it?
Good touch.
It's a Nautica hoodie.
It's got his TMZ story on the back.
Oh, I thought it was from the brand Nautica.
No.
That probably would have been funnier if it was just the brand Nautica. It would have been something, if the little Easter egg. No, it's a hoodie with the graphic from TMZ on it.
Is it stretch marks?
No, I think he's got some ashy legs.
Oh.
Those look like scratches.
I mean, way too far.
Way too far.
Like, we're having a good time, dude. What the fuck are you doing?
We're just saying his name.
How are you supposed to remember him?
Well,
and the
I don't know.
injustice that occurred.
There was a gooner.
Not like harassing employees.
Yeah, like, how about, like, they go from just having fun with it to, like, literally harassing the employees. Like, why are you doing that?
No, I mean, look, if I was at the Gunaro and all that, sometimes you have bad actors. I would have told him to chill out. Like, we're here to remember his name. This is the same guy?
This is the full hour 18 of the Gooner.
I think maybe feels like he's found something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And is trying to milk it for all it's worth. We know how expensive eggs are these days.
Yeah. That's true.
I mean, Gen Z commits to the bit.
They really do.
You know?
They
I'm
really
okay
do.
with the drive-through, but the yelling.
Yeah.
The yelling's a
You
lot.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that's the right take, you know.
Okay without the pants either.
Well, hopefully he had some
Right,
shorts
yeah.
on.
Yeah, hopefully he also wasn't sexually assaulted.
Right. Yeah, the drive-thru's kind of funny with the sign and everything.
Mm-hmm.
If all he had to do was say, like, you know, also, like, oh, yeah, I'll take a coffee. Also,
Like, that's fine.
R.I.P. Nautica.
Yeah.
And then drive away. That's it. Subtlety. Yeah. Gen Z loves to commit to the bit.
Yeah.
Subtlety is not their strong suit.
No.
They're just like, what are we doing? Can we multiply it by 1,000?
Can we just do what he did?
They've got funeral shirts.
I mean, you'd wear one of those.
100% I would.
Well, writing that down for Secret Santa.
Yeah.
Wow.
But see, people go like, why don't we have any shows like Jerry Springer anymore? It's because the internet has it beat.
Yeah.
You can't compete with this.
Yeah, just go on Twitch.
Rest in peace.
Mike in Yonkers.
Yeah, I would just say in the 80s, I would watch movies and gooning was like lighthearted fun. And now, like, people are getting, filmed and, treated horribly. It's not right. We've gone too far.
You're pro gooning.
The goons are the victims.
Mike is pro goon. Thank you, Mike. I mean, look, there's probably a middle ground somewhere. Also, the ironic thing is, if what was the gentleman's name?
Nautica.
If he had just kind of not said anything about it and just let it go, it wouldn't have been a thing. You know what I mean? It's become so much of a bigger thing because of.
I'm loving the Twitch comments as they go in. Rest in peace to a real goon. Nautica's spirit is there.
Goon but never forgotten.
Yeah. Donate your pants to charity.
Sparta pull up.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's a weird thing that's happened because, like,
we're not pulling our pants up today.
Because the internet has made everything anonymous. So people are like, just the more outrageous, the better. But then they try to do it in person. And it's like, what are you doing, bro? We're not in a chat room. What are you doing?
You mentioned Harambe. I think Dicks Out might be appropriate for this one too.
Even more so.
We said
it just as a silly thing for Harambe, but now
Dicks Out for Nautica.
No, you're right.
Sounds weird.
It sounds a little weird. But he is
the goat.
It says the goat on there. Wow. I mean, so disrespectful to his family.
I mean, he did way more damage killing himself to his reputation than he would have if he just let it slide.
We would have forgotten about it.
We would have forgotten about it in a week.
It would have been a local story. That's it. Maybe.
A Twitter story for like 3 days.
Not even 3.
Yeah,
I would have given it 1.
Right.
1 day. Fun for a day. Oh, did you see this guy? And then we would have moved on. Now, there's a whole saga that you had to share with us. Well, I'm glad we got to the bottom of that. It's important stuff.
And thank you for finally.
Do you think we did it justice?
You did. And anytime this happens, I want to come back and make sure that these people are respected and their stories are told.
These people meaning?
The goons.
Okay. Well, I think it is. I think we can. I'm not, in charge of Lazy Eyewitness News. That's Mike's deal. But I think making Hot Dog the senior goon correspondent is fitting.
Yeah, I think we can put him on the payroll.
Okay, great. So you are
guys
officially
have a payroll?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll get McClure to expense all of it.
That's right. Just shoot him an email.
Yep.
I think.
Go goon at a coffee drive-through, and then just invoice the company
for the coffee.
Thank you. And for the bail money.
No, just the coffee.
Just the they'll cover the coffee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should he walk through the drive-thru?
Yes, I think so. Yes, that's right.
Can't drive.
He can't drive. No. Oh man. All right. Great stuff, everybody. We're going to be off tomorrow because I'm traveling to Indianapolis. Unfortunately, I will miss you guys, okay? I love it. But we'll be back on Monday. We'll have some great best of shows. We'll see you then. Pants down for...
Dicks out.
Oh.
No, we're not doing dicks out. It's too much.
Dicks out for another man.
Too on the nose. We got to go. See you later.
This has been Sam Roberts Show. If you missed anything or want to hear it all over again, check out Sam Roberts Show on the SXM app.